also incredibly frail.
I'm the one that gets it done in the clutch, so you know I never really gotta worry too much. I'm a glass cannon, glass cannon. You don't even want a dose of the smoke, so I'm recommending that you never try to provoke. A glass cannon, I'm a glass cannon.
If your objective is blatant confrontation and you haters have greatly underestimated my station, I dominate with divination, I conquer with conjuration, I'm bonkers with evocation, I'm astonishing at abjuration, patiently waiting for my invitation to help alleviate my already unbelievable reputation. No conversation, the brains of the operation, the pain of the population contained in a concentration of a spell slot. I got 27 in the clip, missiles emitting from my fingertips like warships. That's a handgun, damn son, shooting from the hip. Only one using telekinesis to get a grip. Cantrips waiting to be cast off. Prismatic wall, make them all blast off. Cackling my ass off, incapacitating them with laughter. Yazzik ain't the caster you wanna go after.
I'm the one that gets it done in the clutch, so you know I never really gotta worry too much. I'm a glass cannon, glass cannon. You don't even want a dose of the smoke, so I'm recommending that you never try to provoke. A glass cannon, I'm a glass cannon.
Anyone wanting to interfere can get weird and witness your worst fears in a 30-foot sphere. I don't care if you're a barbarian or a cavalier. Kick it into high gear, let me make myself clear. The pioneer, I can make your peers disappear. Send them to the ethereal plane as if they were never here. Cheers roaring in my ears, dearly revered. I'm happy to domineer any volunteers. Sincerely out of control, top of the totem pole. My cone of cold is freezing them fire trolls whole. I got the strap, just looking to trap souls. I've been snapping my firebolt, leaving smoldering holes. It's incredibly difficult not to acknowledge me. I am a prodigy, you'll read about me in your mythology. No apologies, I'm impossible to demolish. Consider this admonishing, second guessing my polish, you bitch.
I'm the one that gets it done in the clutch, so you know I never really gotta worry too much. I'm a glass cannon, glass cannon. You don't even want a dose of the smoke, so I'm recommending that you never try to provoke. A glass cannon, my glass cannon. I'm the one that gets it done in the clutch, so you know I never really gotta worry too much. I'm a glass cannon, glass cannon.
The general strategy is to either destroy the enemy before being attacked, or to hide behind other, stronger ally units.
I'm like a falling star, I burn alone. I've got a heart without a home. Underneath this empty sky, just waiting for a sign. And it seems to me that gravity has got its hold on me, but I'm about to break free. Mothership, take me home tonight. Help me find a way to turn this darkness into light. Oh, mothership, take me home tonight. Help me find a way to turn this darkness into light. Like a flare without a spark, a shadow wish into the dark. Far across the galaxy is where I dream to be. And it seems to me astrology has got its plans for me. I just gotta believe. Oh, mothership, take me home tonight.
Who goes there? Why you dummies always coming in my lair like you want the smoke? All these wannabe heroes underprepared for the nightmare and despair that they dare to provoke. Most folk are doing their best to avoid me. Floor full of bones and the people that annoy me. Every now and then I get a couple of daredevils with the audacity to think that they can destroy me. Good luck with that, man. I got panoramic vision, meaning that I can see in any direction with precision. If it's your decision to attack, I suggest that you come back when your plans had a bit of revision to it. Notably, you should accept defeat. Consider this your last opportunity to retreat. Repeat, that was your last chance to survive. I hope that you enjoyed your time being alive.
You foolish for ignore the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should have looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder.
I am the tyrant, get it? I've actually been told that I'm a pretty funny guy. Wait a minute, what were we discussing? I lost my train of thought. Oh, that's right, you were just about to die. How can I forget that? It's my favorite part. The only thing left to consider is where to start. In addition to magical abilities, I'm smart. I can make your demise art. Anyway, it appears that the wizard in your party is a gnome who was worth about the same as if you would have stayed at home. I'll activate my anti-magic cone, and in a moment I'll turn him into stone. When the barbarian inevitably flies into rage, I'll disintegrate her with one of my eye rays. By the way, I haven't even begun to try. Fly by and take a bite of the fighter's thigh.
You foolish for ignore the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should have looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder.
While the fighter attempts to collect himself, he bleeds out on the space I dismembered him in. I wouldn't waste time telling me your names. I can guarantee that nobody's ever gonna remember them. Then again, you'll be on the list of my victims at the bottom of a column of other anonymous prey. You should take a minute to reflect on the day and the last words you'll ever say. Time's up. You're the lone survivor, the last one left. And halfling rogues are admittedly deft, but you broke into my home and you've stolen my time. I'm afraid I cannot allow theft. Throw you up into the air with my telekinesis. Stinger of death to obliterate you into pieces, and that's that. Wink and a tip of the hat. That was good for my practice. Thanks for the chat.
Warning. The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to the Bard's Playhouse Presents Fists of the Ruby Phoenix, Episode 4, The Hunt for Silver Feathers. Thank you so much for joining us. Now let's bring in our wonderful cast. We have Eldritch Sugar as Merla Thorngage.
Always great to be here and glad to be back, finally.
Yeah, glad to have you back. Shane as Sir Hop of Lily Pond.
Sir Hop is a little under the weather.
But still as heroic as ever. We've got Abe as Arond Cloudstriker.
Ooh boy. What do I get to shoot this time? And hopefully it actually does damage.
And Elliot as Bubblegum Sweet.
Can't wait to make more friends and destroy things.
As always, I'm Lumpy Bronzearm and will be your DM for today. Last time, the contestants continued onward into the abandoned Iroran Temple, their headquarters for the duration of the Ruby Phoenix tournament. Around the side, they were attacked by two clay golems in a sand-filled sparring pit. Making use of his magical water magic, that's redundant, Sir Hop washed away the golems as a flooding river removes silt. The only remains were 2 wooden holy symbols of Irori, god of perfection, and lord of this once thriving house of worship. A bit of investigation revealed a hole in the stone wall near the backside of the temple. Not knowing what long dormant traps lay waiting, everyone took a step inside, revealing a huge elliptic sand-filled room with a shrine. Upon a wooden dais sat a large statue of an elderly human monk sitting cross-legged. Bubblegum noticed the sculpture wearing a red necklace that looked vaguely familiar, and after a bit of a climb, claimed the Phoenix Amulet. No sooner had the amulet been removed from the stone man than the stone man began to stand, taking Bubblegum for quite the ride. With quick reflexes and quicker thinking, Merla began to chant an Iroran prayer while brandishing her newfound holy symbol. The statue returned her chant and fell under Merla's thrall. Taking their new stone friend with them, the contestants began to investigate and came across a decayed skeleton holding a silver feather, 1 of 10 needed. As they approached, a ghost stood from the bones and begged forgiveness for turning traitor and leading a bloody coup against her fellow monks. The specter, warned of other spirits, changed to this place until laid to their final rest. Pushing further into the temple was revealed a stagnant pond, which Sir Hop began to diligently clean. Bubblegum and Merla spotted another silver feather amongst a scattered prayer room. As they entered, a ghostly memory of mass murder during nightly prayer played over and over before them. With perfect timing, they set up the candles, lit the incense, and finished the prayer of the slain monks past, releasing their spirits to the great beyond. Arand snuck around south, and with his keen eyes saw a third silver feather sticking out of a pile of sand in an off room. As the contestants approached together, human-looking creatures of pure sand pulled themselves from the floor and lunged forward, a dry, hoarse scream, the only sound they can manage. And that's where we're going to come in today. So we have all of you in this room. We have your good friend, the Statue Man, and I do have a picture of these creatures as well. They look like this. They appear to be humanoid monks, but made of pure sand. They reach their hands out of the sand pit, pull themselves up, and they leap to attack. Please roll initiative, everyone.
It's creative.
Whoops.
I did that on the tower. Oops.
Oh, that's okay. And I accidentally rolled everyone's initiative, but just go ahead and roll and... Oh, no, I didn't. Cool. I got it right. I did it right. I did it right.
Okay.
And yeah, yours, Bubblegum, did go, and you got a 33. Cool.
Okay, I'll keep that.
Okay. My mouse is having some issues. I can't drag and drop.
Oh, that's weird.
I mean,
There
I
you
can
go.
try. Sometimes it works.
There it goes.
Sometimes it drops it like it's like a finicky touch button. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Well, Arand, oddly, you actually... Oh, wait, no, you get your 10 paces, because that's a free action upon initiative. So, first up is Arand's 10 paces. If you're saying it can't hear you, Abe, I think you muted yourself.
Oh, whoops. Yeah.
Yep, this time it was just muting.
Yeah.
So what were you saying?
Yeah, I got the +2, move 10 feet, and then that's it, I believe.
Okay.
I can't actually fire anything on it, just like a quick move thing.
I got you. It just gives you a move action.
Yeah, and a bonus to my initiative.
Okay. As you approach, you notice that the sand on the ground, there's different piles of multicolored sands. You know, like sometimes you'll go into the subway of a big city and there will be monks making a sand sculpture. It kind of appears like that might have been what this room is, but as you see that this colored sand on the ground begins to swirl around in a circle, going faster and faster, and it all of a sudden begins to whirl up and starts to cover the entire room with whipping sands. And at that, this first monk gets to act. So, seeing this thing coming in at it, is going to move forward. Now put the statue on a correct square. There we go. And it is going to burrow down into the ground and disappear from your sight and move somewhere. Okay, so that's one action for that. Second action is it is going to reappear coming out of the stone behind Arand and is going to kick out with a massive high fan kick to hit Arand high in the shoulder and deal 18 points of damage. End of its turn. Bubblegum, you're up. You just saw this thing go into the ground and pop up behind it, and you heard Arand get hit.
Are these similar to the statues that we saw outside type of thing? Or
roll me an occultism or an arcana check in the tower if you would like to use your knowledge thing. Give it a +1.
Okay, cool.
Because that is an excellent question. For free, I'll tell you they're made of earth. Alrighty. Let me see what you get.
I tried
from
doing the
that
+1
roll.
by clicking the thing. I don't know if it worked.
What is your normal bonus to occultism?
My normal bonus to occultism is +5.
That is not right. Bubblegum sweet.
That ain't
skills.
Or
occultism.
17?
There, 22.
22.
Occultism. Look all the way to the
sorry, I
far
was
right.
looking at
Yeah, all the way to the right. Yeah, okay, that's right. So you did not add the +1, so I will factor that in.
Yep. I don't know why that hasn't changed, even though I clicked the box.
Yeah, it's okay. So with that roll, you know that this is an elemental. This is not like what you found outside. The things you found outside were golems. Sir Hop knew all about that. And your friend here, the statue, that is something else entirely. That is an animated statue, or it's more of a divine security feature, whereas these things are earth elementals.
Okay.
In addition to that, I will tell you that their reflex save is actually their worst, and their fortitude save is their best.
Okay, that helps. Actually, then I'll do slide claws on them.
Okay, great. That'd be
Extend
the other two actions.
slash at them.
Great. Onto which one? The one behind you or the one on the other side of the statue?
The one behind me.
Great.
And that is
Ooh, 23? Well, let's see what that does. Oh, that's not quite enough. That is a miss. So you shoot your claws out, but as this thing is kicking Arand, it kind of ducks down as its leg goes up, and your claws go right over it and just happen to miss.
Oh.
I think you have one action left, right?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Oh, slag claws? Oh, right. The discern knowledge is one. Other monk's turn. It is also going to disappear from sight. And then it is going to appear here, and it is going to attack at Sir Hop. It's going to come down at you with an overhead punch. It sees you as weak and small.
No!
It doesn't know any better.
Are you making? Are you sure that it's the thing attacking and not Splendor? Because it's saying it's Splendor's turn.
Well, that's.
I would like to reflex,
Just wanna
raise a
make
shield,
sure.
reflex, shield block.
Yes,
some
you
of
can
this
do
damage.
That is totally fine. How much is that? 11, right?
13.
13. Okay, so you only take. So I need to give you 13 back. So it's 19. There you go. So yes, you kind of saw it coming as this thing appeared behind you. Instinctively threw your shield over your head. As this hammer fist comes down, you block it, but a little bit of your shield conk hits you on the top of the head and still does a little damage. That is. Let's see. It moved, popped up, and attacked. That's the end of its turn. Merla, you are up.
All right. Can I cast Searing Light?
Yes. At which one?
I'll go for the one that just took a swing at Sir Hop.
All right, great. Searing Light. Which one is that? Third level. Got it.
Yeah. Is it Control click or Shift click to target?
Control click. There you go. And then the Searing Light, you just need to press the little sword button for R spell.
Sword button.
There you go. That is a hit. So, yeah, what does this look like when you cast the spell? You've never cast this before. Oh, and go ahead and do your fire damage. These are
yeah.
these are neutral creatures, so do not roll the good damage. That doesn't go through. But you do 13 points of
Ooh.
fire damage. Actually, a thing happens. Go ahead and describe your thing while I read the thing that happens.
Merla plucks a particular mushroom out of her backpack. It's like bright glowing red. She quickly crushes it in her hand, I guess smooths out the paste, and then throws it like a baseball.
That's awesome. And it hits this thing, and fire burns on this thing, and you can see it going. And as the flames, and it does the damage there, and that's on Monk 2. So as the flames kind of subside, you can see that the sand on the side of its back has become liquefied. And as the flames subside, it solidifies into glass.
Ooh.
And I get to
Very
change
cool.
its AC.
Oh.
Hopefully it makes it more brittle.
Hopefully.
See?
Hold on, I'm not quite there. Yes. I think this is how it works. Oh wait. Okay. So then you still have one action, Merla. So go ahead and take that.
Does it cost 1 or 2 actions to command a minion to do something?
One. Just one.
Yeah, well then I can use my last action to command the statue. Well, I guess it also can't do a whole lot. It would have to like step all the way over us in order to get close.
It is huge, so it could easily step over all of you. Or actually, it has reach. It can hit Living Sand Monk 2 from where it's standing. It can't hit the other one, but it's big enough that it can just punch over the other guys.
How about that?
Yeah.
Well, all right.
You love to see it.
Yeah, so are you able to control it? Let's see. Where did it go? Old man statue. Here. Did that give you the option to open that in the chat there? The old man statue, if you click that box?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep, there we
Yeah.
go.
Okay, so now go ahead and scroll down to whichever ability you want to use. Probably the fist or the staff, I would assume,
Yeah.
under melee. So you can just grab staff plus 30, drop it on the elemental.
Nice.
Yeah. It's really helpful that I can give you guys control of certain things like that. That is a critical hit. Okay, so go ahead and drop your damage on that.
All right.
Notice that this creature has a plus 30 to its attack. This was supposed to be
Yeah.
the end boss.
Jeez.
But with you guys RP shenanigans and that natural 20 religion check, goosh! So this statue, Marble San, takes his giant bow staff and just over Merla and Sir Hop's head, pops that thing and pokes a hole in the sand, and it starts to slowly form back. That's the end of your turn, I believe.
Yes.
Sir Hop is up.
I don't feel worried about this guy anymore. Can I move like here without provoking an opportunity
Yeah, you
attack
can
from
take a
him?
5-foot step, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then with my other 2 actions, I'm going to do Spout again. This time, just for flavor's sake, I just spent a bunch of time cleaning this pond, and this guy decided to get a little too close. So instead of doing the 5-foot cube where he's sitting, I'm going to do a 5-foot burst from like here to hit him. So it's actually the pond like bursting out and hitting him.
The pond water. Okay.
Yeah, so that's
I
a
like
reflex save.
All right. And that's number 1.
And I don't remember what my DC is.
Defenses, reflex save. Your DC is on the actions tab under where it says Magus. If you go all the way to the right, just to the right of CL 11 and click the the magnifying glass, it'll show your DC as 29. So it failed with a
Nice.
23. So what happens on a fail?
It takes regular damage.
Regular
So let
damage.
me target it.
It's bludgeoning, correct?
Bludgeoning and water. I don't know if that makes any difference for them, but
17 damage, bludgeoning. Let me just double check. All right. Nope. It just does that. No additional issues from the pond water that we would expect. It does what you would have expected from a normal thing getting hit from this spell.
Okay, I just figured since it's made out of sand, it would solidify a little bit more, and it can't be all like wispy and. I watched One Piece. I know what water does to sand.
I do too.
It doesn't say anything about sand. No, I'm reading the descriptions. There's nothing about sand. There is a thing about attacking it with fire.
No
That is
crocodile
cool.
action.
There was a held action?
No, crocodile, like
Oh god.
they're referring to.
Or, yeah.
All right,
Oh
so you
well.
Moved, and then what? Spout was 2. Okay.
Yep, that's it.
Statue already went. Arand, you are up.
All right, and then with firearms, do I get penalty from shooting? Like
Shooting in
within-
melee?
Yeah.
I think it's a -2. I think. Could be wrong.
All right, then I will back up and get out of the way first.
Okay. Neither of them attempt to attack you as you move.
Yeah.
Interpret what you will with that.
They don't have attacks of opportunity.
Or they just chose to not use it.
True.
They don't have it. Ooh, and that is a miss, unfortunately.
Oh boy. All right. Shoot.
Wait, and you attacked which one? Saint Monk 2? Yeah,
That's
that's the
for
one
2.
that. Yeah, that's the one that has some glass on it. And actually, I'm going to say that it's because it has the glass that your shot missed. That normally would have hit. But your bullet ricochets off the glass that Merla's fire had made a moment prior.
All
You
right.
thought that it would be a weak spot, but it actually solidified it.
Ah, crap! Look out!
So now you know, hitting these things with fire gives them higher AC. Now you know.
I'm sorry. My son just responded to what I was saying.
Oh no.
He's like, I am looking out, okay?
My headcanon is that he's your familiar.
Shoot. I guess I'll just reload.
Cool.
And then I'll do
Reload.
it. Yep.
End of the round. Okay. Actually, you moved backwards, correct?
Yes.
Aha. Something happened that I forgot about. So, as you were walking backwards, the sand in the room that's been whirling around since the beginning almost forms tendrils and lashes out to try and grab you. I need you to make me a fortitude save.
Okay. Fortitude.
And it can be public.
Yeah, I think I have a 8 that helps me out here in case.
Okay, are you like a juggernaut or something?
Well, it's a gunslinger feat called Grit and
you have
Tenacity. So for if I fail a fort or will save, I get a circumstance bonus and get to re-roll it.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. So you're looking for a 39.
Jeez. Okay, so what kind of save? Sorry.
Fortitude.
Fortitude. Okay.
That is a fail, and you said you get to retry?
Yeah, with a +2.
All right, go for it. Again, you're looking for a 39. It's pretty high.
Yeah, that's garbage rolls.
Does it say you have to take the new roll, or does it not say?
You must use the second result, so yeah.
You must use this. Okay, so that is a critical failure. So what happens is you are actually, I'm going to say you are still allowed to get your shot off, so I'm not going to take that back from you. But you were here, correct? Or were you here?
Yeah, I was right
Here?
there, yeah.
Okay. All right. So your shot is still fine. That's cool. But you are pulled back 15 feet into the room, 5, 10, we're just going to call it 15 to here. And you are blinded for a minute because that was a critical failure. So, so you have mega sand in your eyes for the next minute.
My crap.
Blinded on Arand. So let's see. That's how many rounds is that? 10? Yeah. 10 rounds. You are
Holy
blind.
crap.
You are blind for the next 10 rounds.
All right.
Fantastic.
I'm just like trying to grab on to everybody and everything as I'm getting dragged across the floor.
Okay, so this monk is going to move in on Sir Hop because he attacked it with the nasty pond water. It is going to move. It's going to attempt to punch down at you. It's going to miss. Okay, and then it will use its third action to try to strike again with a kick to the head, and a miss again. All right, great, cool. Bubblegum, you're up.
All right, so I'm gonna acid splash the living sand monkey number 2.
Okie dokie.
It's control click, right?
Yep, you got it. It's targeted now. That's a miss. All right, you have one action left. You could move, or you can command Splendor, or whatever you want.
I'm gonna move just right here. After seeing what happened with Arand, I'm gonna just move behind Merlon.
Perfect. Number 2 here. These two seem to be kind of single-minded, so it's going to move over here. It's sort of on standing atop Splendor. It's not really paying him any mind at all, completely ignoring the fact that he's even here. Just sort of standing like this over him, and is going to give flanking to its buddy there, flat-footed on Sir Hop, and try an attack with its fist. It's going to miss, and it doesn't like that. It's going to actually burrow into the ground. Okay, that's the end of its turn. Merla.
Haters gonna hate.
You're muted.
I'm going to use an action to move up to the other sand monk, and then the other 2 actions for chill touch.
Ah, great. Okay.
Yeah, and then I won't command the statue because I don't have turns left. Yeah.
It actually can take 1 action without you needing to command it because it's such an advanced minion. So if you want, it could punch that one that's right there, but only once. It could move or punch once.
It can punch once if it can reach.
Yeah, just the one that just. Oh wait, no, number 2 is.
Oh, it burrowed.
That's right, it burrowed. That's right. Never mind. It can't. It doesn't have the reach.
Yeah, so he'll chill out. He'll just hang out.
Perfect. So chill touch. Go ahead and make it roll that save.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a regular success, so it'll take half damage on it. Okay, 22 damage. So you reach up and you touch this, and as you release this magic in this spell, some of the sand, the color in the colored sand starts to fade just as you're casting it.
Yeah, so it takes 11 out of the 22?
That is correct. So Sand Monk 1, I need to give it 11 back. Perfect. All right. End of your turn. Sir Hop, you are you have this sand guy right up in your grill.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna spout him again, but I think I'm gonna do a spell strike instead. So
that means you just have to hit it with your sword, right? And not something else, like a save?
I believe. What I'll do is I'm gonna do Arcane Cascade Stance as an action. Since my most recent action was to cast a spell. Divert a portion of the spell's magical power to keep cycling through your body and weapon using specialized forms, yada yada. I get to add 2 extra damage to my attack, which was bludgeoning. So it's got some water. I got some watery magic flowing around me. Then I will spell strike using Spout, and I'll make an attack.
Heck yeah, let's see it. All right, that's a hit.
I'm happy that an 8 hits.
These things are not high level. You got to remember, you guys went through the temple backwards. So you went from the high level stuff, and now you're going to the easy stuff.
So here's this, and then there's also this, all at once.
Excellent, excellent. So yeah, you strike out. What kind of sword do you use again? Is it a rapier?
Yes.
Yeah, you slash out with your rapier, ha ha, and the water that was sort of flowing around your hand quickly shoots its way down your blade, spiraling down and pummels into its stomach as you slash it, dealing an extra bit of damage. These things are not looking great. I have no idea how your actions work. Do you have any more?
That's it.
Okay, cool. So no, Arand, you are now up. You are blind. And possibly muted.
Yeah.
There we go.
Am I prone too or no?
You're not prone, no, and you're not grabbed either. You were just pulled back into this room. You're free to attempt to move, but yeah, you're blind.
Yeah, I'm just like reaching around, like trying to find a wall. I guess I'd bump in the bubblegum here and like try to move forward. I'm like, all right. As I'm walking forward, I'll attempt to reload my gun and. Or wait, no, I already reloaded my last.
Oh yeah,
turn,
you
so
reloaded. Yeah,
I'm ready to fire. So, all right, just get down.
Got this, buddy. Glad I stepped
go
back.
ahead. Go ahead. Let's see what happens.
So how would I do that then?
I already gave you the blinded condition, so let's see. You can't see. All known terrain is difficult terrain to you. You can't detect anything using vision. You automatically critically fail perception checks that require to be able to see. And if your vision is your only precise sense, you take a -4 status penalty to perception checks. You're immune to visual effects. Blinded overrides dazzled. You can't detect anything using vision. So my guess is you can't detect what square that thing is in unless you can hear it, which would be in a perception check at -4. So okay. I would say moving would be one action, perceiving would be a second action, and then firing would be your third. So yeah, give yourself a -4 and roll perception in the tower.
How would I apply the -4 here?
In the modifier, you just put a negative sign and then type number 4.
Okay, there we go. Then I will roll perception.
I love the Fantasy Grounds handles negatives. I guess I should have looked at the DC. Let's see. That's Living Sandfunk 1. I'm gonna say that's you can't tell where it's at. You take your moment to listen and try to figure out, but the whirling sound behind you is too loud. You don't feel safe enough to fire knowing that your friends are right there.
Yeah. Is it possible to like hold an action if something like attacks me? I can.
In 2E, holding an action takes 2 actions.
Okay. So then, shoot. Guess that'll do it then.
All right, you could try hobbling forward more if you want.
Or
back.
I can't see anything right now, so like I don't know if I want to wander into danger. So
fair enough. All right, end of your turn then. End of the round. Top of it. So as all of this sand in this room is starting to whirl about, it's starting to get a little bit more violent in there, and Bubblegum is the only one actually. You start to get hit with large clumps of sand from this room, and I need you to make me a reflex save, please. 34 is what you're looking for.
These clumps out of here. On and around with these clumps of sand.
Tower or no tower?
No tower. Just publicly. 30, that is a fail, so you're going to take 6d10 plus 30 bludgeoning damage.
Of it.
That is a lot. Plus 30. Why is that so high? Well, that's what it says. So you start getting slammed with large clumps of this colored sand. That is the end of that. This one is really not liking what's happening with Sir Hop here. So it's going to just wail on you with fists and feet coming flying at you from every direction.
I'm gonna bring up that shield.
Okay, 13 again.
Yeah.
All right, so I need to give you this. There you go.
So
I fixed your HP. So
what's
you
the
only
total
need to-
damage hitting me? Yeah. Sorry.
What 8? 8.
All right.
So I gave it to you already. So it's second attack.
I'm keeping track of the total aggregate damage to the shield, so I know how much I have to repair.
Understood. So then it's gonna come at you with a kick, which you cannot block at this point. Oh, can't block the nat 20.
Oof.
So a big old kick, but I rolled a bunch of ones. So 36 damage on that. And seeing that it's actually getting some hits in, it's going to go for broke on a third attack against you, Sir Hop. Probably a miss. Yeah, that's a miss. So that's its whole turn.
Wait a second.
Hmm?
And even though it got a 34, because it was a natural 20, it's still a hit no matter what?
In natural 20 raises the degree of success by 1.
Okay, so my AC's higher than that. It should be like 35 when I have everything up.
Oh, your AC is 35?
I thought.
But when you raise,
unless it was
when you raise shield and then you block it, you no longer have your shield raised. So your AC goes back to what it normally is without the raised shield. That's probably what happened.
Okay.
Do you have an extra reaction? I don't think you do, right?
No, that's 2 reactions.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. Okay, so
yeah.
that one's gonna come in. That one still stands, I'd say. So Bubblegum, you are up. You're getting smashed by this this sand that's just starting to clump up, and the whipping winds is just going nuts against you.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be a source.
I'm gonna detect magic.
Okay. You do so. You detect I guess it would be necromancy and conjuration.
Okay.
In this room. You can tell that in addition to these elementals, actually roll me an occultism check in the tower.
Yeah.
Let's
Actually,
see
can
how
I
much you
do
get.
discern secrets on them?
Sure. So
Yeah.
give yourself a +1 and roll that in the tower for occultism.
Okay, give me 1 sec. Inventory, abilities, nope. Okay, I think I got it now.
Okay.
You said in the tower?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So through the pain and through the chaos of this battle, you're starting to feel out through the magic, and you're getting used to this place and what's going on here. And your eyes start to focus through the sand, and you can see in the center of the room are kneeling on their knees on like almost all fours are spirits, ghostly monks, as you saw in the prayer room. You remember when there was like candles and everything knocked over? And you see these monks carefully, slowly putting sand on the floor, just very gently, gingerly doing their slow, methodical Zen art. And as they're doing that, you see apparitions of monks jut up from the sand next to them, stab down with swords the way you saw previously in the prayer room. And then they walk past you and they disappear. The dead monk spirits on the ground disappear. And then the sand, a moment later, they appear again. Monks with the sand, monks running in, stab, stab. And it just starts to loop again, just the way it did in the prayer room.
I'm gonna yell to Merla. I'm like, hey, same thing from the prayer room is happening in here. It attacked me. It does not feel great either. Just letting you know.
I'll be right there, dearie.
Thank you. And that is the end.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's your whole turn. Detect magic is 2 actions. Discern secrets is 1. This one is done. Let's see, the monk. Okay, so this one is going to, from the stones above you, you see it appear there, Merla, and this thing is going to shove you down towards the other side, like down south. That's the word I was looking for, south. So let's see, what is your fortitude bonus there, Merla?
Plus 18 for save.
Okay, so it succeeds and pushes you 10 feet. So you
Whoa.
get shoved to here. It's not a critical, so you don't fall prone. And then it's going to close the distance here. And that's all it can do because it used an action to come up out of the sand. So that's its turn. Merla, you are now up.
Well, Bubblegum needed help, so I'm going to use an action to move over to where she is.
Okay.
I'll ignore the fact that I was rudely shoved.
Hey, it actually helped you get into the room faster.
That is true.
But yeah, what you see is very simple. I know you, Eldritch, weren't here, but you, Merla, were here last time. Where in the prayer room, if you scroll out a little bit, if you zoom out on the map, directly north, 2 rooms north of you, where all the trash is on the ground there, Eldritch, there was a bunch of like candles and candelabras knocked over everywhere in this room. There was incense burners all over the place. There were holy symbols of Irori scattered everywhere. And you were seeing a memory in this room. You saw monks in prayer, and you saw them get slaughtered during their nightly prayers. And when you, and I think it was you and Bubblegum, said an Iroran prayer in here, it eased the spirits and allowed them to rest. So that's what you, Eldritch, didn't know that Merla definitely knows, because that was like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Then I guess I can re-recite the prayer.
Yes. Okay, great. So at this point, you definitely know it. So
yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, I was just going to say 1 or 2 actions, doesn't matter. I'll take care of it.
Great. 1 action should be enough. Just roll a religion check in the tower with a +4 at this point. Because you've figured out the correct prayer, so it's likely to work.
Skills, religion in the tower or
yes,
public?
Please. Oh, it could be public. You know it at this point.
Oh,
let's see. 26. That was actually close enough. Because with knowing the correct prayer is kind of the biggest part, and having the Iroran holy symbol, which you do. You've been pretty much holding it out like a badge the entire time you've been in here. So you start reciting the same prayer you've been saying. It's more of a chant. The Irori is the god of perfection. So these monks would always try to chant to get the perfect rhythm every time they did it. So you start chanting this, and the whipping winds eventually slowly settle down, and they kind of sprinkle to the ground like snow, but they all land in different piles of different colored sands. A green here, a blue here, a red here. It doesn't fall randomly. And then I'll say you've still got 1 action left if you want it.
Cool. I'll command the statue to hit the elemental with the staff again.
That one is definitely close enough now. So go ahead and you can roll that attack against it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's gonna hurt. Yep. That is a definite critical attack. So go ahead and roll damage on that. Yeah, this is gonna hurt quite a lot. Okay, so go ahead and describe how your new friend takes out that sand elemental.
The statue swings the staff around, kind of generating a breeze, generating some wind. And thrusts the staff forward with the wind behind it, enough that all the particles of sand are just scattered to the breeze that suddenly appeared.
And the sand starts to settle in the pond behind it, and it is gone. So that's the end of Merla's turn. Sir Hop, you're up, and you still have the sand monk trying desperately to land a blow on you, but it can't seem to make purchase.
Have it make a reflex save, please.
I can do that. What am I looking for?
Well, 29 is the DC.
29. Okay, so 15 with a natural 1 would be not enough, right? That's what you're telling me? Because that's what I rolled.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be a critical. Yeah.
Massive crit failure.
So here's that, and then also, if it's crit, I double the dice, right?
That's right, double the everything, so just go ahead and roll it again.
Oh, double the everything.
Your other attack was really good too.
Yeah.
There you go.
And this is another spout. Yeah, there you go. You finally, as the sand from the previous one settles into the pond behind you, you get the sense that I don't know, you just want to use this thing against its own sand against it. So you take the water in the pond with the sand remnants from the one Merla just killed and hit it, and it slaps it with a bunch of force of mud. And so it does a ton of extra damage. What did you just do? Good God. 47 damage with a cantrip? Yikes.
With a critical, yeah. I'm not done. I got an action.
Yep.
Hey, buddy. I'm going to hit you with a sword, too.
You do so.
And I get to add 2 to that because of the the arcane cascade. There we go.
Oh!
Max damage.
All right. What do we see between the spell and the sword? What do we see here?
Did it add the extra 2 to that? It didn't. There should be. I thought it did.
It did. In between effects +2, and then it says +2 type piercing magic. I'm pretty sure that +2 in there is the one. Or no,
Okay.
2d6, 12
Yeah,
plus
but
4 is
it's-
16. No, I
Yeah,
guess
it
you're
should
right.
be
That should be
18.
18, but either way, it's dead.
Yeah, so after I hit it with the slurry of its dead friend in this pond that I was trying to clean, I am going to use the force of my strike to send it back into the pond, and I say, sand is really good for filtering out natural... Just die! Bam! Just stab it, and it goes into the pond.
And it does. So it slowly, the sand lands in the pond. And we are out of initiative order for this moment. And you see, well, now that you have a moment, could everyone give me perception checks, please, in the tower? And you have a moment to talk and such. We're out of initiative.
I'm just reeling right now, like rubbing my eyes, trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm gonna take a little bit of the fresh water, and I'm gonna put it in his face, like a little orb of water, splash it in his face so he can wipe his eyes.
It's very refreshing. It helps quite a bit there, around. Okay.
Does it make me not blind though?
After a moment, like, because we're out of initiative, it takes about a minute, but yeah, you are able to, with Sir Hop's help, you are able to get the sand out of your eyes, and I will take away your blinded condition. Takes a minute, but
goodness.
yeah,
You should get another eyelid like me, and then I have my third eyelid. Like Blaine.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
Really?
Thank you.
It's really helpful for these types of situations.
Yeah, it is. Ugh. Oh, thank goodness it wasn't permanent.
And Bubblegum, while they are doing all of this, you're the one who spots this. Within the different piles of sand upon the floor here, you see something glinting.
Ooh, okay, so with that, I'm gonna use prestidigitation and try to use like a swoop of wind to move it forward closer to me, kind of like how we moved the thing last time, just to be safe.
Sure. You do so, and from out of the center of the pile, you see a glimmering silver feather.
Oh.
Another.
So is that 3 now?
That is 3. The 3, Ingdani told you that there would be 3 inside of this temple, and that once you had the 3 and the medallion, that you were essentially within the preliminaries. But you need 10 total to get into the qualifyings. Or this is the qualifier, and then there's the preliminaries coming next. I said it backwards.
All right.
So I know I'd given mine, I think, into a pouch of, was it around?
Oh, I think
Or was it the
Merla has.
medallion?
I think you have the medallion, and I think Merla has the bag of holding, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I forget. Whoever I gave the feather to the last time, I'll give it to as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Merla, no.
It says I have a silver feather on me. Is that...
You do?
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's the
know
one I
you
gave you. Yeah.
Hid that inside your head, I believe.
Yeah, you
That's right.
hid
You
one
hid it inside your hat. So I'm going to change that to say 3 there, Shane.
Okay.
So Sir Hop, you now have 3 of the silver feathers. And I believe that Bubblegum, I think you have the Phoenix medallion, Phoenix amulet.
Yeah, it's
Yes, Phoenix necklace. There it is. Cool. All right, fantastic. So yes, you have cleared this area. You have found the third Phoenix, the third silver feather that you need out of 10. So there are still just a few rooms left in this temple to have fully cleared them out.
Huzzah!
This is good.
Why
right?
not?
Like we got a good start. We're in
Well,
now.
we have
Did an even
we
better
have all the feathers we need and the medallion. Why not take a rest? Get our bearings together before we clear out whatever the front rooms have for us.
I am more than okay with that. Some sand blocks hit me. It was not great.
I heard something like that.
Yep. Between your eyes
actually-
and my everything. Breaks
I
on
was very scared.
I'd go up to Erond and kind of bring my shield out and be like, could you give me a little help in repairing this before you rest?
Yeah. I'll start like scooping up all the stuff that fell off of it, like off the floor to
Yeah.
like, repair it.
I just need if you do a crafting check, and then I can add your help to my crafting check to repair it.
Okay. And just do that public, the crafting.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
I was reading something. Sorry.
25?
Yeah, that is more than enough to aid.
Yeah, so I add 2 to this or 1 to this?
Just 1.
Okay. And then...
Hey.
That's more than enough to fix that. Yep, you're good.
Alright, cool. So I wipe out all the damage to the shield, buff it out, good as new, and then I'll just spend the rest of my rest, I guess, trying to filter out the algae and the muck and the gross shit from this thing. I want to make like a natural filtration system where, like, if this little center thing is like where the water source is coming from, I want to get it to like start, naturally filtering itself.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you're able to do that with between some rocks and piles of sand. You're, as you said, you're able to make a natural filtration system sort of thing, and it takes a good decent time. But eventually, you're able to clean up. You're starting to see a difference in the muck coming through here.
That's it for my rest. That's all I got planned.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else is everyone else? Yeah. Are you going to be doing a long rest or like a full long rest kind of a thing?
Not sure.
I'm
Up
at
to you guys
45
again.
HP.
If all
Whoops,
of you
shit.
are injured, then you can come over here. I'll patch you
Okay.
up.
Thank you.
Am I injured? I think I am.
A little
After
bit, yeah.
that-
I did just give you a long rest, so we'll just say that the rest of whatever these injuries are is what you need to take care of before the bed. I did not even mean to hit that button, but I did. So before the
I'm at
long rest,
70.
it looks like, Bubblegum has 40 wounds and Sir Hop has 30. So the 2 of you are injured. The rest of you will be fine by morning.
Yeah, I'll take
Some-
any heals if Merla can do that.
Yeah, I have many, many healing stuff. Because
Oh,
I think
good.
it would be funny, I'm going to cast Healing Well.
Ooh, that's a fun one. What
Healing
does
well.
that do exactly?
Merla takes out a box of cookies from her backpack. They have a slight glow of divine energy, but there are 5 of
What's
them,
that?
and she holds them out to anyone who would partake.
Absolutely. Actually, I want to go get a snack now. Hold on.
Ooh. Sir Hop comes over, snaps one of the cookies over to him.
They're delicious. They taste like cinnamon and nutmeg. They taste just like whatever your grandmother made when you were a child. Oddly, even though they're a cookie, if your favorite food your grandmother made when you were a child was spaghetti, it oddly tastes like her spaghetti, but it's good in cookie form. And you were able to heal whatever. Yes, 18 to Sir Hop.
You could take more than one if you want. Just leave enough for bubblegum.
I'll take one more. Thank you very much, Merla.
I do love sweets.
And with that, your belly is full. You feel great, Sir Hop. Do you have to roll separately for bubblegum as well?
Yeah, I believe so.
Nice,
Because
go
each
ahead.
time you tap from Well of Healing, you take 4d8 healing.
Gotcha. Very cool. Wow. How many
Thank
times can
God.
they tap it?
You can tap it 5, and then it disappears. The spell's done.
That's awesome. And I love your flavoring of cookies.
It's a sense bean.
Yeah, it's a sensor bean. Exactly. So you're currently targeting Sir Hop. So if you untarget him, then target Bubblegum, you can give her cookies.
Yeah, there we go. Fantasy Grounds was lagging a little bit.
Yeah, I was being a little laggy for me a moment ago. All right. Tastes, again, delicious. You love the syrupy, sweet flavor of Nan's cookies, Bubblegum.
So good.
Yep, you still have 22 wounds, so you can have your second cookie. Ooh, this one was a little burnt. Not as good as the other three. Sometimes they can't be 100%. But that one was a little crunchy.
It was a big injury. I take no offense.
So you still have 14 wounds. There's technically still 1 charge of the spell left, and Bubblegum's the only one who needs it. I know flavor-wise you're doing the cookie thing, but like if you want, you can give her 1 more.
Because I think it'd be funny, yes.
Okay. You're just munching these things down like a hobbit eating lembas bread. You're not even thinking about the wounds anymore.
I'm at 110 out of 118. I'm okay.
Yeah.
That's out of character.
If you want,
man, this is a lot better. I still feel a little rusty, but like, oof, so much better than before. Stand is mean.
Well, I'm always happy to help, dearie.
You know how I love my sweets.
If we've had a long rest, does that mean we get all our spells back?
That is correct.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you're all fully and so where's everyone's? Or I guess let's see. Is anyone doing anything before sleep? I know Sir Hop is like cleaning out the tank essentially. Merla, you spent a while baking cookies and handing them out. Is there anything else you do, Merla, before sleeps?
And we're not investigating the front of the remainder of the temple today,
yet.
Correct?
I think that's right. Yeah.
Just almost out of habit, she'll start like cultivating a little garden in one of the rooms.
Actually, if you look, zoom out of the map, the round elliptical room. If you look up at the north, where it's like a long rectangular room. That is a garden that the monks of this temple had. And this is something that Merla would know that Eldritch doesn't know. Sir Hop went up there and very carefully without going into like the garden proper. So I'm just saying if there's a trap, you guys didn't spring it. I'm not saying there is, but if there is, nothing happens.
If there is, I'm going to find it.
If there is, you're about to find it. But yeah, so that is actually the abandoned garden of the long dead monks from this place. So that would be a great place to do it. So if you want, we can just do this now. So as you're all walking around, it's been pretty quiet in this place. Did you put the statue back, or did you leave him in the room where he's at? What did you do with the statue?
I'll bring him back to wherever he was before.
All right. So I'm going to put him over here on his pedestal right there. Great.
Because if anybody enters.
Perfect. So up here in the garden, a large garden plot takes up most of this roofless enclosure. The soil appears dry, and what little plant life remains is dead and wilted. And then the hallway that you're in leads to the south.
Then I guess I'll put on my gardening gloves and start trying to take care of what's there or plant some seeds for my backpack.
Okay. So you're able to do so, going around, starting from the left, planting some seeds, making a little rows, making it nice, clearing out the debris. As you're doing so, you start to have a little itch on you. And then over here, kind of itchy. And then like down on your leg. Give me a perception check, please.
Gladly. In the tower?
Yeah. Okay, as you look down, you notice on yourself that crawling up your arm and your leg is many, many ticks.
Ooh!
They're just climbing all up you. There's a swarm of them, and they appear to start running towards you, or trying to swarm up at you.
Ew!
So, let me see. That's not... So I need you to make me a reflex save, please. DC 28, publicly.
Oh, close.
So close.
I do have my hero point. It is a new session.
It is, yes. If you'd like it, you can use it. Okay. There we go. So that is a success. So that doesn't happen. Okay, so it is basically your turn. You see these ticks are attempting to swarm you.
I would have my focus point back. So, I mean, I could just turn into a swarm of pests. How can they bite what they can't see?
I had not thought of that. That is a really good point.
You just swirl together.
That's like the one thing
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
That's so funny. That's like the one thing I didn't get you an image for.
We'll just have to use our mind's eye.
Yeah, we'll just have to use the mind's eye.
Think about the swarm that like bubblegum would like exude out of their mouth. That clearly.
Clearly. All right. So, Merla, starting to see these. You're not new to this. You've been a gardener for longer than you'd care to share, because a lady never shares her age. So you're no stranger to ticks and bugs and mosquitoes and other bitey little pests. So again, like you said, fight fire with fire. So using your magic, you reach in within, and instead of getting large like you normally do, you go small, and your entire form bursts into the form of a swarm of what? What are you?
Bees.
I love it. A swarm of bees, a Merla-shaped swarm of bees appears in that square. You still have, I think, an action, maybe two. What's wild shape? One?
Oh, now I can't
wild
even,
shape is two, so you have one action.
Yeah. And the fun thing about pest form is that it lasts for 10 minutes instead of 1.
Nice. Oh, wait, I have a thing. I can do this. Look at this. Swarm of bees. And then I can make it friendly. There we go. Swarm of bees. So I'm going to move Merla just over here. So we've got bees versus ticks. You still have one action if you want to, like, I don't know, attack or run away or something.
Well, I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm not a coward. This is my garden. They're not gonna take over it. Can the bees, like, yell out, like, hey, I need some help in here? Or is that beyond their insectoid abilities?
Well,
I can buzz really loud. That's an option.
In wild shape, I'm fairly certain it specifically states that you keep your soft stats. So I think you would be, and especially being bees are extremely communicative. So I would say that you would be able to at least attempt to communicate with these things. I'll let you try. Let's see. How do I want to make you do this? I want you to roll like a, I don't know, performance or nature? One of those two.
All right.
Publicly. I'm very interested. And it can be yours, not the bee swarm stats.
Mm-hmm. Nature is much better than performance.
Yeah, do the bee dance. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Go ahead. You tell me what happens.
Can I just tell them to, like, fuck off? Can I tell them to leave?
The bees form this like a phalanx. You surround the ticks in a bubble, and just in a show of natural predatory intimidation, they all start to buzz and shake at the same time, and just like dancing almost, and just warming up the space inside and around this collection of ticks, and just and nearly bringing them to the point of death. But then the bees back off just a little bit, and the hot and exhausted, frightened ticks all immediately take their chance to I don't know if ticks fly.
Buzz off.
They
Buzz off.
Buzz off.
Get out of here.
That's
Well done.
off.
Fantastic. So, yes, you are able to drive the ticks off away from your garden. And technically speaking, you have 10 minutes of swarm time if you want to do anything while you're bees.
I could pollinate the flowers that I just planted. I think this is a win-win situation for old Merla.
Absolutely accurate, yes. So you are able to take advantage of, because being a druid, or doing druidy things, I imagine, especially with your hat, not only do you have seeds, you have little sproutlings and little flowers growing off that you're able to just transplant into the dirt. So yeah, you do have a few that you're able to pollinate. You go out into the forest near you and grab foreign pollen and some different wild yeasts and bring it back into your garden to bring a little extra nutrients into here. And after about 10 minutes, the bees coalesce back into the Merla shape again.
I like to think that Aaron has been standing here the whole time since his token is like right outside, but was just too in shock to do anything.
I just like figured we're gonna like set up your tent and just camp out in the wooded section here, and like I'm coming around the corner, then there's just like bees fighting ticks, and like all of a sudden they're just dancing around and like going and collecting things. Is like, okay, I don't know if this is dangerous, or I'm just gonna stay right here.
Yeah, as you see down that hallway, nothing is trying to attack you. You definitely see a giant swarm of bees getting, flexing, for lack of a better term, flexing on a bunch of ticks. You can see it from where you're standing. It's very bizarre. But you understand at this point that you've known Merla long enough that you know she has this ability. So you would guess that's probably Merla.
Yeah.
And it's always weird as shit when she does it. It's something you can never really get used to.
I'd imagine I'd just be ready to like run back to the pond with this like swarm of bees behind me, like a cartoon or something. I jump in with like a little like bamboo like stick it out of the water to hide from the bees.
Love that. Oh my god. Aran, is there anything you do before bed?
Just at the moment, just like clean my pistol and oil it up for the next day. Just like looking at it like, man, I can't do anything right now. I don't know what the hell my problem is. Everything I've like tried to destroy here just like absorbs everything that I'm putting at it. I just feel like useless compared to all my teammates, just watching them destroy these things around me. I'm feeling a little deflated at the moment.
Do you have survival or nature as a trained or better?
Yeah, I got survival trained.
Go ahead and throw me a survival in the chat.
All right. Got my tower hiding. Or you want chat? Okay.
Yeah.
Survival.
Maybe. There it goes. Oh, all right. Yeah, you decided to take a walk at one point, just feeling kind of down and dejected after seeing, your shots go wide, you went blind, you didn't really, you're feeling a little down. So you decided to kind of take a walk through a little forested area a little bit. And
it's not that I'm upset with my teammates, it's just I'm more upset at myself because I should be pulling my own weight. Like,
it's like when you're mad at your gun, you're mad at the tool, that kind of.
Yeah, but like, come on, man.
Yeah, what's wrong? Doing? So you're kind of trying to shake the cobwebs out of your brain by taking a little walk, and as you're walking around, you notice a tree in front of you with just the biggest fruit you've seen, just like the size of softballs. They're like melons almost growing out of this tree. They look ripe and sweet, and they smell delicious.
There's more than one.
Yes, and I'm gonna, if you don't mind, can I move you?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. I'm just putting you a little bit further north from where you were, roughly.
Yeah, do a little nature walk.
Yeah,
clear my
roughly
head.
there.
Yeah, I'll collect some of the fruit. If we're gonna try to take a rest, I'll definitely bring some food back for everyone. I know they kind of got full on cookies, but I'm sure fresh fruit would help too. I noticed there's a well up here too. Do I see that?
You do see that. Yes. It is. You kind of look down and you smell. It doesn't smell nearly as bad as the water in the pond where Sir Hop is. That was very clearly stagnant. This seems fine. This seems fully potable. You could easily pull up a couple of buckets.
I would, but I don't know if I'm going to bring a water elemental with it, so I'm going to leave it alone for the moment, because everything that we touch turns into something, so I believe I'm just gonna return with the fruit and just try to camp out with everyone at the moment then.
All right.
Maybe
cool.
we'll inspect that later.
Cool. So yeah, you're able to you spot the well. You are aware that it's there now. So yeah, you're able to go back, no problem. You with an armload of fruit. Like, have you seen the meme of why can't I hold all these limes?
Yeah.
It's basically that, but with like softball-sized like peaches, basically.
I'll let them know there's a fresh water source for drinking water out there, but I wasn't sure about it.
Godzilla.
Thank you.
I do.
Ugh.
Take a hero point for that. That was funny.
Thank you.
I'm a sucker for kaiju. Okay, so yeah, Erond comes back with this armload of these delicious looking, I'm going to call them peaches, that are, but it's basically the size of a softball.
Oh dear. Hey, I found these fruits, guys.
So,
Anybody
I was gonna
hungry?
try to go and
Oh.
use it. Can you just give me 2?
No, you're good. Yeah, you're good. I'll do that. All you have to do is click it once and then put a button and put a number. There you go.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right, sorry, Erond. What were you saying?
I just have lots of fruit. I'm willing to share.
Bubblegum hears the talk about fruit, and she's just like, you don't even know how she got so fast, but she just like is running, and Splendour's like right behind her, like, fruit, sweet fruit.
Yeah, look at this thing.
Oh,
Hold on.
As big as your
look
head.
at this. Oh, look, Mom. Look,
Wait,
Mom.
hold
Oh,
on,
they
hold
just
on.
had-
Before we eat random fruit, detect magic.
You don't detect any magic. This just appears to be fruit.
Okay, and outside of that, I have automatic knowledge. So could I like know if, there's that between that and disturbing knowledge, could I roll something to try to see, like, just double check. I don't detect
Absolutely.
magic, but do I know
Yeah.
anything about this?
Sure. Roll nature in the tower for me.
Okay.
I don't think you're super good at nature if memory serves
I'm
right.
not, but you know what?
Okay. To the best of your knowledge, this appears to just be big peaches.
Okay, yeah.
It just seems it's sweet smelling. It's ripe. This, as far as you can tell, this is just big fruit.
I checked it. Everything seemed to turn out well.
Yeah, no, I know. This forest is just weird. Yeah, it looks like a giant peach, so I'm here for it.
And Splendor just face plants into this peach. You don't even, and then a few moments later, goes back in for more after getting a big breath of air.
Awesome.
But there's more than enough for everyone. And they are ripe and delicious and the kind that just kind of get everywhere down your shirt. Those kinds of peaches. They're very
Oh.
good, very filling.
Excellent. Does that actually give me any hit points?
Yeah, sure. I'll say that shores up your last 8 because you'd probably have Merla patch you up anyway with like not magic, with just a band-aid, that kind of thing. Band-aid and a kiss to the forehead. So we could say that between Merla's band-aid, kiss to the forehead, and your peach, that 8 can just go away. All right, so I've gotten Merla with the garden, Erond with the forest, Bubblegum. Did you do something?
I did not.
Okay, what are you doing before bed?
Before bed, I kind of want to like, after when I'm eating and everything, I kind of want to like go into some form of like meditation type of thing, like,
Does anyone
hold
else
on.
hear that?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, that's better.
Okay.
We're
Cool. So she wants to kind of like go into like she goes into a zen type of like trance when she's eating because she's just like really happy. When like people kind of do like their happy dance, it's kind of like that while she's eating. And just from everything that's been going on, is there anything like an occult check or anything I can make maybe to see, like, I'm noticing the ghosts and stuff from the one thing. We still have to write the name of the person on the thing so her and everybody else can be free. Is there something deeper that might be able to come to me since I'm not in battle and there's nothing like panicking at me right now?
Sure. Roll an occult check in the tower with a +2,
Okay.
since you're taking your time.
Yeah. Skills.
So you're just trying to like get a lay of the vibes of this place?
Yeah,
Is that kind of what's
pretty
going on?
much getting
Like,
the
what's
lay
going
of
on?
the vibes and
Okay,
being like,
sure.
is there anything that I missed that I don't like that
Gotcha.
I was too caught up in the moment to not realize?
Understood. Yeah, piecing things together, everything that's been going on, a story is starting to emerge. That this was a peaceful place of worship, a place of art and philosophy and dance and sparring and training and attempts at the ultimate goal of attaining perfection in body and mind and soul. But there was a schism, and one rose up against the rest with a group of traitors, essentially. And this person, Kenitri, all in one fell swoop, murdered every last monk in this place. But somehow, those monks all died. You still aren't sure why how the traitors were killed, but yes, but somehow or another, the traitors also perished, and because of that, this place is terribly haunted, as you've already discovered. There are many spirits that need to be put to rest here.
Yeah, I that's pretty much all I wanted to kind of figure out anyway. Just
Okay.
kind of like, all right, I've already pieced things together. I can finally have a moment to breathe. It's the only thing I could really think of doing for like an action.
Okay. All right. So, is anyone else Sir Hop? Are you doing anything other than clearing the pond? And you're muted.
Well, I think I would. I mean, I prepared some different spells, and I'm kind of just. I guess I'm just trying to make sure that we have a source. I don't know if anyone told me about the well, so I'm trying to make sure we have a source of fresh water.
I think Arand said so when he came back with fruit.
Okay. Did he come back over here, or did he come back over where I'm at? Because
fair.
everyone's over here, so I don't know if I even know about that.
Oh, I suppose like I would like let everyone know that I have fruit. And let them know about the fresh water source, but I just was definitely not going to like pull up anything or do anything with it because who knows what the hell might pop out of it. So if we all want to like, take a look at it and get some fresh water together.
Okay. I'll take a break from my my little filtration endeavor. I'll take like the largest melon-like fruit that you've got. I'll eat that in a gulp, and then rejuvenated, I will go check out this this little well with whoever wants to come with.
Yeah. Does anyone go with Sir Hop to check out the well?
I'll go.
All right. Man, this is laggy.
Yeah, I'll show them where it's at. So
I'll
Okay,
tag along
so-
with if everybody's going.
All right, that works. So yeah,
Trip.
little field trip. I'm just gonna quick pop everyone over there.
yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. Because Fantasy Grounds appears to be a little laggy at the moment, which is all right. Okay, so as you get to this well, you see that it's just at the forest's edge. There's trees and grass. There's leaves on the ground. There's vines covering parts of the trees that creep into the forest. God, why is everything so laggy? But yeah, there is a stone well in front of you. If you want to try a perception check or whatever to see the quality of the water, you may. Whatever you'd like.
I'd like to do that, and I'd also like to try something else. So let's see, perception first, though. Do you want that in the tower?
Yes, please. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't smell bad. Water, fetid water. So it seems, from at least without pulling up a bucket full, it seems fine from here.
Okay. I'm going to put my hands like this. I'm going to cast Bullhorn. I'm gonna shout into the well. Is there anyone down there?
It reverberates and echoes back. Is there anyone down there? Anyone down there? Anyone down there? It's quite loud, but beyond that, once it fades, silence other than drip drip of water.
I'm gonna pull up some water.
Okay, you do so. The pulley is a little old, but you get a bucket up, and it's cool and clean, and it seems fresh water. Seems good.
Is this where you tell us, surprise, it's a normal well, you paranoid idiots?
Yeah, surprise, it's a regular well. However, what you didn't notice behind you is that the vines creeping up the side of the well slowly reach up and they blast you with pollen. I need you to make me a will save, DC 33, as this large mass of vines shoots a cloud of pollen towards you. And everyone, roll initiative, please. Ooh, you are captivated with this pollen. Something about what does captivated do?
I don't know, but I'm captivated by it.
Fascinated. It means you are fascinated. Yes, you are fascinated by this.
Colorful.
Bubblegum cannot give two shits right now.
Hey.
That
going
is
loud.
correct.
So free action, Arand, you get your 10 paces first stop.
Yeah. So. Step back away from that thing.
Oh, actually, no, Sir Hop, you got lower than me. Never mind.
It tracks, though. It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your 10 paces there?
Yes, sir.
All right, and that actually, you are first, Arand. Getting that sand out of your eye, taking this walk, you're able to wash your face a little bit. You're pumped and ready to go.
All right. Pep myself off. Pep talk myself up. Let's do it. First thing I want to do is just blast this thing. All right, come on, dice.
Start blasting.
Come on. Come on, Fantasy Grounds, you're lagging here.
A little bit, yeah, sorry.
No, it's all good. Trying to grab the dice and drop it on it. There we go. There we go.
There it is. Hell yeah. Coming in hot. Hey, that's a hit coming in right off the bat. Oh yeah, I have art for this thing as well. Let me share that. So while you're rolling the damage and such,
Icky.
this thing looks like
Just from the token.
this. It rears up and it's a mass of vines and plant matter that kind of coalesces into a false mouth.
Boy. Then, because I have that corrosive ammunition that I pulled, that's what I'm going to load up. My second action.
And that's acid damage, correct?
I believe so, yeah. Let me check that real quick. Corrosive ammunition.
I did the same thing. This is
okay. Yep. So I will strike with that.
Okay. Crit miss. Okay, so that's your turn, right? Shoot, reload, shoot.
Yeah.
Or is that corrosive shot? Was that attached to your first hit? How does that work?
I would have had to have loaded it, so.
Oh, I see. Well, we can say you would have loaded it because you always have your gun ready.
Oh, all right. Then that would be an extra D8 of persistent acid damage.
I'll give it that, unless you can give it that.
I'm not sure.
Oh, no, it's persistent, so it happens on its turn.
Oh, okay.
So I'll give it that. How much? 1d8?
Yeah, and it ignores the armor's hardness. That matters.
Very cool. It does not in this case, but that's good to know for the future. That's your turn, right?
Yes.
Shoot, reload, shoot. Cool. All right, so it is this thing's turn. It's going to be shambling forward 5, 10 to about here. It is going to attempt to vine attack at Sir Hop because it is the one that he captivated. Ooh, that's not a good hit. Oh, wow, I still hit. Holy shit. Okay, so it does in fact hit Sir Hop with its vines, and it is going to use its second action to grab you. So you are now also grabbed, Sir Hop.
So explain to me, what does fascinated or captivated mean? Does that just mean I do nothing? Can I react?
No, you probably can react. You take a -2 penalty to perception and skill checks. You can't use actions with the concentrate trait. Yeah, so you can absolutely react.
I'll raise shield. I think. Cool. I think I have a high enough AC by that point to avoid the hit.
26? Yeah, I think that brings you up to 28, right? Oh yeah, that's more than enough. I don't know why that says. Oh wait, what was I looking at? 30, and then Sir Hop, you are at 32. Oh yeah. Raising your shield with just the one reaction stops that damage. So I'm going to go ahead and heal you up. So that didn't hit you, that didn't grab you because of your shield. So
it goes to grab me, and I'm just like, my, what beautiful pollen you have. As I'm just like trying to not get killed, but at the same time, I can't really do much.
Yeah, so yeah, you stop the damage on that. Its third action is going to, it's just going to try to bite you with its pseudo jaws. That's still going to hurt.
That's going to get me. Yeah.
That one's going to get through.
I'm gonna shield block.
Yeah, you could shield block that one, right?
Yeah.
So
minus 13 to that.
Minus 13. So where are you at? Here. So there's a 48. There we go. Boosh. So yeah, this second one hurts a lot, but it kind of shakes you out of it a little bit. Merle, you're up. You just saw this thing. Oh, it's going to take 7 damage, and it fails its flat check for the acid. So, Arand, this thing is still kind of sizzling from your bullet.
Has it been a long rest?
Yeah, I already hit the button. So we'll say you guys have all your spells and stuff.
All right, sick.
If it weren't, I think that hit would have knocked Sir Hop unconscious.
Then I can do Searing Light, and hopefully hitting a plant with fire will be better than hitting sand with fire.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, it's a learning experience, you know.
Exactly.
This is a science experiment.
Right. That is not a good hit. We'll never know what
happened.
Yep, goes wide and shoots far into the forest as you lob another one of your incendiary mushrooms behind it. You still have an action though.
And we're out of the temple, so I can't call my friend.
That's right.
Yeah, so I'm going to move away. Yeah.
All right. So a little laggy, but it's going. End of your turn. Let's see, don't get him. Bubblegum, you're up.
So I think what I want to do, I do have my spell slots back, so you know, I want to just we'll cast a fireball from my staff charge.
Okay. Go for that. So it needs to make a reflex save, correct?
I believe so. Yep.
All right.
Reflex.
What's my DC?
Oh wait, I was wrong person. There we go.
There we go. Okay, so it has a success, but just a regular one, so it'll still do half damage. So go ahead and roll damage. There you go. Perfect. So it does 11 damage to this thing. Not as much as you think it would have. You feel like it should have done. This thing is very barky. It's very thick, hard to get into. So I think you still have one action left.
I do, and I'll just do a classic discern secrets.
Cool.
And do an
Roll me occultism in the chat with a +1.
Yep. I didn't think that ability would be so nice, but dang, it's a good one.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah. For one that's only one spell slot, I need to look for occultism. Yeah. I'm sorry, I was just clicking through tabs and not knowing what I was doing.
Skills, occultism in the tower, please. this is a Viper Vine. You have seen
Okay.
these before, so I'm gonna show that to you.
Mhm.
They are plants. They are not intelligent. They are essentially just creatures. They're barely life. They're like a Venus flytrap, you know. You do know that they are vulnerable to cold damage. So they will actually take more damage from cold damage than from fire. And beyond that, you know that their will save is the lowest. That's all you know.
So with the fireball kind of like going and it illuminating it, it's like, oh man, I know what this is. Wrong spell, dang it. And she just kind of like looks at her like staff like, and she turns to the rest. Got any cold damage? Because this thing hates cold a lot.
Okay.
A lot.
End of your turn, Sir Hop. You just heard that this thing hates cold damage.
Neat.
Anything cold.
I don't know. Do I have stuff that does cold? Thought I did. Spout doesn't do cold.
Nope.
Acid splash isn't cold. I'd have to. I'm still sort of preparing spells, so I could I could metagame, but I won't. Instead,
It's okay.
no. Instead, I'll
It would make
do,
it go faster.
I'm just gonna do a spell strike with acid splash to try to really hurt this thing. So.
All right.
You
Aha.
said will save is also really bad too.
Its will save is the worst. It's not
Okay.
bad, but the will is its worst.
Okay.
So yeah,
So-
that's a great hit, right?
Yeah, I wasn't targeting it when I threw it. Is that a crit?
It's not a crit, but it is definitely a hit.
Okay. So here's that plus
Piercing damage from the
the
rapier.
acid splash, which is
You have a wounding rapier?
I do.
Ooh, look at that. Max damage on the acid splash.
And then here's the splash for an extra 2. It hits me as well.
Doesn't wounding do bleed damage?
It do.
How much? Because I need to give it that.
Oh, I don't know. It's +1 striking, wounding, rapier. So I thought it was already on there. Let me see on my thing here. It says wounding. It's extra D6.
D6. Okay, so it's persistent damage though, so I'll give it that. 1d6 bleed. There we go. So on the end of its turn, it will take acid damage from Bubblegum.
I'll take
I think?
3
No,
acid
from
damage.
Abe. It'll take it's already taking persistent acid damage from Abe.
Oh.
From Iran's bullet, his caustic bullet, and then from your wounding rune, it's going to take bleed damage. So it took the acid there. It took the acid splash damage.
But there's also that's on a crit. I didn't crit. Never mind. I just realized that.
And also, persistent damage doesn't stack. Of the same type doesn't stack. So there's already a 1d8 persistent acid on it. So your 2 acid persistent that doesn't outdo the 1d8.
Yeah.
But your bleed gets through. That's good. So I think you have
Okay,
one action
cool.
left, right? Or is that all of it?
I'll do Arcane Cascade so that I have that stance up, which will be useful in some
Heck
way.
yeah,
And that's
alright.
it.
And you should not be flat-footed. I'm going to get rid of that. I think... Yeah, there we go. End of the round. Top of the round. It is... Aran, you are up. And you're muted.
Since I used up that ammunition, I'm going to draw a new card from my bandolier. So let's do a d6 and see what it is. Oh. Number 4, explosive ammunition. All right. Not cold damage, but let's see what it does.
Damage is still damage,
That's right.
as long as it hits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Explosive. So let's see. Dealing 6d6 fire damage to each character in the area. Requires
Hit me.
a 25 basic reflex save.
25 reflex.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So.
Do I gotta make it?
10-foot burst. So actually, the creature is large
You
enough.
could shoot it behind it. Yeah, you could make it so that you don't hit your teammate.
Boom.
Woo.
All right. So.
Yep.
does that. And then
Yikes!
the extra
Oh my God.
66. Does that get doubled too then?
What does?
The ammunition?
Oh god, that didn't include the ammunition.
No,
Holy
that
shit!
was
Oh
my
yeah,
regular
guns go
shot.
crazy on a crit.
Yeah, I
That's
get
right. So yeah, it
brutal
does.
crits.
It doubles the ammunition. It would double the
Okay,
ammunition
6,
too.
7, 8, 9,
That's
10,
guns
11,
are really
12.
useless until you crit. I forgot.
Yeah.
Or not useless, but guns don't do much until you crit, and then they hurt like crazy.
All right.
Holy shit! So an additional 44.
Yeah.
So
A
that's
DC 25 basic reflex.
Whew. Yeah, it failed.
All right.
So does that give it any extra shit?
No, I believe it would just take like either no or half damage. Explosive.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is that thing's turn then. It didn't like that none one bit.
Yeah.
So it's going to move, if it can, 5, 10, 15. to here.
Hey, I don't have
You get you don't have
attack
attack
of opportunity. No.
That is unfortunate. So yeah, first things first, as it gets close to you, this pollen starts to get shot at you. Give me a will save there around DC 33.
All right. And then I get that grit and tenacity thing, so
Mm-hmm.
you know, man. Come on, leggies. Ooh, will save is my weakest one too. There we go. All right.
Oh, you were fine. You don't care about this poison. It smells gross. And it is going to reach out and attack you with its jaws. Oh, and critically fail with a natural 1. That's the end of its turn.
Oh,
it's still reeling from all that
let's see.
fire in its eyes. It takes, let's see here, it takes 2 acid damage and 2 bleed damage. It fails the acid check and it fails the bleed check. So it is still the acid is still eating through this thing, and sap is still squirting out of it from a different point. Merla, you're up. And you're muted.
Well, I was gonna cast harm, but this thing is suddenly very, very hurt.
Yeah, it's not very, very hurt, but it's hurt.
Well, I might as well cast harm then, as one of my divine fonts.
Okay. Oh wait, no. Do you have the versatile font feat?
Oh, you know what?
Because if you chose heal at level 1, you can only use heals from your font. If you want to cast harm, you have to prepare it ahead of time.
Gotcha. Let me double check, because I might have the feat.
Because if you have the feat, then yeah, absolutely.
I do have a gunslinger.
Yeah, versatile font.
Oh, cool. Then yeah, you're good to go.
I do have a gunslinger feat. If something that critically fails a hack roll against me, I get to shoot it.
Oh, yeah, go for it then. That's a cool feat. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's a part of my subclass.
Well, heck yeah, go ahead and take your shot then. Okay, well, you missed. So Merla, it's going to take half damage, so go ahead and roll damage on that harm there. Yep, so it takes 9 damage from your harm, so you can see that some of the vines start to wither and some of the flowers start to die and fall off as this magic pumps through it. You still have 1 action.
I guess I can use the shield cantrip.
Yes, you can.
Just in
That'll
case,
increase
yeah.
your AC by 1.
Yeah, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Bubblegum.
Excellent. So I'm gonna daze it.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, you have it targeted. Just force it to make that will save.
Yep.
Ooh, that was really no. It succeeds, so I think it still takes half damage.
Yep.
All right, 5.
Yeah, if it got crit, it would be stunned, but
Yeah, which is great. And you have 1 action left.
I could use Splendor with this. We could do a touch delivery. And with that,
But you have to cast the spell like into him. Like, let's
Okay.
say you wanted to cast Chill Touch, you would cast that into Splendor,
okay, so
and
I'd
then you
need
would use
2
one
because I
action to
don't-
make him move, and then one to and then
Gotcha.
one to deliver it.
Never mind.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll just ask him if he wants to try to go for an attack. Be like,
Of course, I've been itching to get my claws sharpened.
Good. Go get him, Tyre.
Yes, mum. And he runs over to here, so that he can help Sir Hop get a better positioning, because he knows that he needs to get on the opposite side of Sir Hop. That's like the one trick that he's learned from Sir Hop so far. Get on the other side of the thing from Sir Hop. So Sir Hop, you're up. You see that Splendor's doing the trick you taught him.
Hell yeah. I wish there was a way to take 5 feet of movement without spending any of my actions, but I don't know of one yet, so I have to expend an entire action just to get up to it. That makes me sad. But what makes me less sad is using my focus spell, Shield Strike, which is just make a normal attack, but also your shield's up for free. So
nice.
that's what I'm gonna do.
And it's flat-footed to you because of you showed Splendor how to flank.
Yeah, and I get +2 on the attack, although
Ooh.
I put 2 on there. I'm hoping it'll actually like be
We'll
put.
see.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't do it on the actual attack roll. I have to do it on the damage. Here we go. So here's the attack roll.
Ooh. You
Can I
have
use
the,
a hero point?
Yeah, absolutely. And then give yourself the modifier again, the +2.
Oh, hello. Did it land in the? It did not. Okay,
No,
let's try that.
didn't see it.
Again,
There it
my
goes.
weird little mouse. Oh,
Oh, hero point comes in clutch.
okay. Now I add the +2 damage
Nice,
to
nice, nice.
this. Hopefully, it actually gets added. Does the 2 get doubled as well?
It should, yeah. I'll
Again,
just
it
give
didn't add it to
It
this.
didn't,
So I
but
guess.
I'll give it 2 more.
Yeah. Well, you 4, right?
Or
Because
four,
it's
4
doubled.
more. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So that's 33.
All right. There you go.
Shields up. That was 1 action, so I have another action for another strike.
Heck
So I'm
yeah.
gonna try.
And it's still flat-footed, so that's a miss. All right, but that was a really good crit. Great usage of a hero point. Top of the round, Arand. It is up to you.
All right. Let's just shoot. So I used my last one to shoot it for that crit, so I'm gonna have to reload for 1 action, and then I will shoot it. I'll do a called shot and fail.
Nope.
Never mind.
Hey, do you have a hero point, or did you use yours?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use it on that because
Okay.
I'm gonna be useless for an entire action. Then trying to clean out my gun.
I so get that. Oh yeah, nat ones on gunslingers are real nasty.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, baby, no!
All right. So
Dice gods have spoken.
that is a misfire. So now
Yeah, it is. What happens on a misfire? That's the first time that's happened, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. Shit.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
Gunslingers, high risk, high reward. You saw that crit last round. That was awesome.
Yeah. All right. So consequences. I have to do a DC 5 flat check.
Okay, so just roll a d20, just in the chat, by itself, naked.
Okay.
All right, you pass. So what happens on a pass?
All right. So because it misfires, it becomes a critical failure. Gun jams, and then now I have to spend an hour trying to clean out my gun.
Shit. Oh, no.
Hour?
I'm not sure if that's correct. Let me see.
I think that's if you fail the D. I think that's if you fail this flat check.
Yeah, the firearm explodes, becoming broken. It deals normal weapon damage.
I think you just need to like clean. I just think you need to unjam it with an action.
Yeah.
Still rule of cool on that one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rule it as you need to use an action to clear the barrel and then an action to load it. So all it really is ultimately doing is wasting one action.
Yeah, so I guess I stay put and just like fuck, damn it.
Yeah.
Just sit here and try to fix this thing.
You pick your gun up and you pull the trigger of Tempest, and the powder just backfires, and you have to take a moment to clean it out and then reload it. And I guess that's your turn.
You're like waiting for it to go off, and the firework doesn't do anything. It just sputters out, and just a big cloud of black powder just comes and blows in my face.
Let's see. So Sir Hop just got a big old crit. Yeah, so it's going to attack at Sir Hop. How's it? You're the one. So a bunch of vines lash out at you, Sir Hop. Ooh, and miss. Great. So second action, it's going to look at Arand and try to bite at him. And that's a regular hit, but not a crit.
Yeah.
Did it suddenly jump from wounded to healthy on the combat tracker?
What did? Oh, yep. I see what happened. There we go. My phone clicked a button on my numpad. So yeah, Sir Hop, you take 30 damage unless you want to do your reactions.
The vampire.
Oh, I thought that was towards Arand.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was Arand. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Arand, you take 30 damage as this thing.
I mean, I would do it. I would totally take this.
No, you're good. You're good. Sorry. As this thing bites at you, and you feel this poison kind of seep into you. It doesn't. It's not like one you need to roll for. It's just poison damage. Okay, then attack. Third one, it's going to go for Sir Hop again, actually, with its vines.
Come at me, brah.
And miserably fail. Okay. It's taking some poison or some acid and bleed damage. It takes 6 bleed as more sap just seeps out of this thing, and 1 more acid damage as that bullet keeps going in. It still fails against that bleed damage. Good lord. And it fails against the acid. So
Fantastic.
you guys are getting some work done with that persistent damage. Merle, you're up.
I'm gonna cast Chill Touch on this
Chill
thing.
Touch. Excellent. So go ahead and make that. I think it's a Fortitude save.
Mm-hmm.
Great. All right. So it succeeds, but not critically. So I think it takes half damage.
Yeah, here we go.
18. So 9, I guess.
9. Yeah.
So I will
9
give
negative
it.
damage.
Mm-hmm. So that's. Nope. Wrong button. There we go. Got it. Okay. So you still have 1 action left since it was right there.
Can I do 2 cantrips in a round?
You can, as long as you have the action economy for it.
All right, nice. Then I'll do shield again.
Sweet. Okay. So then that brings it to Bubblegum. This thing's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty beat up.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw ire from it.
Okay, what does that do? I don't remember.
So that one is one that will need a saving will save. You cast mental distress to a creature, goading it to strike back at you. You deal 1d10 mental damage to the creature and cause it to take a -1 status penalty to attack rolls against creatures other than you. The creature must attempt a will saving throw.
Interesting. Okay, do you want to force it to make the will save, or do you want me to just roll it?
Yeah, I do. So hold on, give me 1 second.
All right, sure. I believe you have it targeted. Yeah, you do.
I do.
Great. It succeeds, so it'll take half damage. So go ahead and roll damage on it. 1 damage. But does it still do the thing where it takes a minus to hitting things other than you?
Yes, it
on
does.
A success? Great. All right. So I think you still have an action, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna hold that.
Okay, cool. Sir Hop.
Wait. I can't hold it technically, right? You said that's 2
Oh yeah, that's right. You have to
pass my
use
turn.
2 actions to gain a reaction that you can spend on your held
Just
thing.
move a little bit closer. It wants to
Okay, there you
tackle
go.
me, so whatever.
Cool. All right, then that brings it to Sir Hop again.
Well, I've recharged my spell strike because I used my focus spell, shielding strike. So I'm going to spell strike this mofo with.
Heck yeah.
I think we're gonna do another acid splash. So, let's see if this will do it. Okay, all right.
Yep, that's a hit.
So here's, I guess it's not gonna add it to it, even though I'm throwing it on there. So just add another 2 to this.
Another 2.
Yeah,
Okay, so
that's 12.
okay.
And then here's this.
All right, so I have to add another 9.
So that's 21 damage with the spell strike.
How do you want to do this? You melt it?
Yeah, I mean, like, I see where Aran's bullet is still sort of tunneling through. I'm going to spell strike at the bullet, and it bursts open, dealing the remaining sort of wounding and acid sort of combination of damage. Basically, the acid infiltrates the wounds, and then it just turns
melt
into
this
slurry
thing
on the
from
ground.
the inside. It burns away the soft tissue. You just needed to work through that outer bark first, and just melts away this inner tissue. And it lumps to the floor dead as you have killed the Viper Vine. You're now out of combat.
I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna pull up a pail of water because that's why we came out here in the first place.
You're able to get it a clean, cool bucket of water, and it is fresh and
Oh,
delicious,
boy.
ready to
Okay.
go.
I am glad I did not do that by myself.
I'd say that was a intelligent move, though it seemed like it really went for the
It's a
two
really
of us.
stupid creature, to be honest. It knows nothing. Its head is empty.
Yeah, I don't
really
believe it has a ganglia, let alone a brain stem or any sort of nervous system.
Yeah.
I think it's much like a wild, like a Venus flytrap. It just is reacting to outside stimuli.
You know what? You'd think I'd be used to giant things trying to eat us by now, but I am not.
You welcome to my world. Okay, this is my daily life.
I'm sorry.
It's totally fine. I'm gonna drink some of the. I'm gonna drink like a whole pail of water and get like a new one for everybody. I'm gonna cast a spell as well. And this spell is cool. It's called Bottomless Stomach, and I'm gonna take the feathers from my hat and I'm gonna eat them.
What?
Wait, which one? What?
Hold on.
I'm gonna eat them. I eat them. I put them in my mouth. They disappear, and I say, "Don't worry. They're not gone. They're just hidden with magic."
Why didn't you do that in the first
I didn't
place?
have that. I didn't have that spell prepared. Now I do.
honestly, probably helped
So when
out
we have to
there.
retrieve them, I am not digging through that to get them.
Yeah,
You don't have to. I can spit them out with an interact action.
I'd say nasty, but I can do worse.
I
See-
don't want to know.
Here's the thing.
You've seen
This is
it.
why I'm at home doing this thing, because I know you all have your own nasty things that you do, and no judgment.
don't know all of
no
them.
judgment.
Okay, fair enough.
There's one secret I haven't shared, but that's for the moment.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm
and
very
then,
looking forward to it.
Sir Hop is gonna move back inside.
Mhm.
And is going to get ready when everybody else is to head on to the inner chambers, or I guess the entrance chambers.
Sure.
Yeah, let's fill up a water
Wanna
skin,
take
get some
another
fresh water.
thing? Yeah.
Sure. All
Pull
of
it
you
up
can
and put
fill
it
up
on the
your.
back of Splendor's back, like a little backpack.
He's got like a little camelback now.
Mm-hmm.
So Splendor has his big backpack. He feels useful. Thanks, Mum. God, it's important to stay hydrated as well as
Exactly.
to balance out the sugars.
Water delivery.
Absolutely. And so you're all able to fill up your water skins. You get buckets of water. You're fresh on fresh water. And man, Fantasy Grounds is lagging like crazy for me right this second.
Yeah, I'm just trying to slide my character over and it's just not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's working fine, but
It's my fault, I think. And so,
if you want, I can move everybody over since mine isn't lagging.
sure,
That'd
you
be
can.
Excellent. Tell people to stop making phone calls.
All right. So, yeah, I know, right? Ugh, I hate my internet. So I'm going to try and open up this area for you. let me get the description first, if I can. Whew, so much lag. Okay, well, as you approach the entryway, there's two wooden doors in front of you. They don't appear to be locked. In fact, one of them is almost kind of broken off of its hinge. You can easily push through it, and I'm attempting to. You know what? I'm going to see if I can just try to remove. Are you all here? See if I can just remove this. Might just make things easier. Or nothing will happen. Okay. Man, Fantasy Grounds is just really chugging today.
Yeah. I do have to say, the nice thing with being bubblegum sweet is within her like name, and half of the treats I have are candy.
Okay, so what you see in front of you is a large open area, again filled with sand, similar to the one in the previous large room. Rusted weapons and old bone shards speckle this wide open courtyard's dirt floor. In the center stands a 30-foot tall sculpture of a pagoda with hundreds of names carved all over its miniature tiers. Open doorways stand in the northern, southern, western, and eastern walls. Pairs of staircases lead up to each doorway. But the other thing you see, walking around aimlessly, randomly within this room, are more than I'm showing here, but many, many specters, humanoid monk ghosts, and I'm trying to unhide them here, but it's just laggy. So imagine, if you will, on the map, there are currently supposedly 5 tokens, but there are more than 5. Several ghosts just aimlessly wandering around this room.
Okay. My brain's working today. Thank goodness. I'm going to guess that Bubblegum would be able to discern that these are probably other spirits like that other spirit.
You are allowed to infer that.
Okay, cool. So if the inferring is correct, which you said it is.
I didn't say it was correct. I said you're allowed to infer that.
Oh, I'm allowed to infer that. Ah, of course.
I said no such thing about you being correct.
I remember, let me see. I wanted to make sure that Daze was the right one that I can use on them. That'll just kind of put them like. No, that actually gives it. Never mind. That
so yeah, you see these ghosts wandering around in this room. They haven't seemed to taken any notice of you yet.
Does somebody have a writing tool on them, by the way?
Let me see. Blech. I start looking through. I put all my stuff inside my mouth, so I'm just like spitting out general things. I don't think I have any, other than this scroll creation kit that I must have in order to make the scrolls that I have. So here's like a quill and some parchment. Perfect. And it's a little sticky, but it's not bad. You can write with it.
So prestidigitates it off, like
perfect. Yeah, you get off all the rest of the little bit of mucus.
So what I want to do then is I have that in hand now. I think I want to turn into mist and do mist form.
Okay.
And go up to the shrine where I see all the names, because I know that there's one that I have to write. But if I'm missed, I just kind of want to like pass through. So maybe like if that does trigger them, maybe it's just like a random element effect, but it's not a person per se.
Mm-hmm. Sure. You cast your spell and your form turns into almost fog. You're able to kind of float your way over to this pagoda, and it's carved out of wood. You're able to see that there are hundreds and hundreds of names. This thing has clearly been here for centuries, and every monk who dies has their name either carved or written on this pagoda, and it is according to their belief, the way to release their spirit back into the universe, to become one with Irori and finally gain the perfection they sought during their mortal life. So yeah, that is what you see, and you see that the ghosts, the spirits around you, are still just wandering aimlessly. They took no notice of you as you misted into this room.
Perfect. Then I want to like start writing the name that she told me on one of the empty slots.
I believe it was Kanitri.
Kanitri, yeah, that sounds right.
Yes, Kanitri is the name that she said. So yeah, you're able to do that, to write the name up on this side of this pagoda. And as you finish writing it, you see the ink on the wood dries quickly, and as it dries, it glows a silvery light, and then the light fades, and it just looks like ink again.
Oh, all right. That's one name out of... Oh. And they kind of move over a little bit to the one that's closest to them just to see what happens.
Okay. Again, it takes no notice of you. Let me share a picture. I have these. They kind of look like this.
Huh.
Humanoid monks that are just walking around looking, and as you get kind of closer to them, they're wandering around looking in here, and from the different entrances, north, south, east, west, all four of them, you see spirits of other monks rush in towards these monks, and they jump off of the stairs and begin fighting them hand to hand, swords against arms, unfair, dirty fighting techniques, until all of these are hacked down. The five that you see here, plus the other ones that were wandering around. And then some of them wander, the ones that came in and murdered, some walk up the stairs to the north, others walk to the south, and some walk back to the east.
Marla, it's happening again.
What the hell?
I'll rush in to help.
Okay.
Yeah, I can help with you. I know the chant at this point too.
Mm-hmm. So you would have to unmist form to say that and start the chant. Okay, so you're able to do that, and Merla, as you enter the room, the spirits on the ground, the dead ones, fade away, but then they apparate again, and you can tell that this is just, the cycle is going to keep repeating over and over.
Mm.
So roll me a religion check, the two of you in the towers. Okay. Again, yeah, it's become kind of rote at this point. The spell is it's you can tell that the magic holding these things here is particularly strong right at this pagoda. So to the point where it's really not releasing the haunt at this point. You get the sense that it's going to take more than a prayer for this particular one to be released. It's probably going to take writing more names on the pagoda. You're going to need to find names and write them. And as you're looking around, you realize that this room is, it doesn't show it on the actual map, but this room is covered in the remains of like weapons of the people who died here. There's bones and there's weapons, there's clothes. So you could look for clues within those.
Perhaps there's a room with a record of the people
Perhaps.
that attempted.
Perhaps. You are unsure.
Yeah. I don't know if that would be something they would do at a temple like this.
I'm going to remove the ghosts from the map because I'm pretty sure that's what's lagging us out. So let's just pretend those are still there, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're not
still doing
hostile,
their,
just doing
they're
their
not
thing.
actively attacking you. They are. I just wanted to put them there for illustration purposes.
Okay.
So yeah, they're still there. They're going through the cycle of the monks are wandering around. They get ambushed and then they get slain. The other ones walk away. They disappear. They reappear. It happens again.
I'm not going to say split the party, but we might want to split the party up like we did last time. Me and Merla will tackle the top room. Sir Hop and around. Do you want to go to the bottoms and
Wait,
thing?
we don't know the chant. That's something that you both
no,
are.
that's fine. We just need names.
Names.
It'll
Okay.
make it easier. Like if you find names, sorry, my knowledge right now is just going off the walls. It looks
My
like
brain
that
is too big for you people to understand.
Yes, pretty
You're
much.
right.
Our brains are way too
I am
big
just
right
an amphibian with a tiny little brain case, so I get it.
You do amazing.
It's mostly
damage,
eyeballs.
like-
That's what my skull holds. Is
You know
giant
what? That's
eyes, and that's it.
I just have a lot of secrets in this hat. Anyway, we're looking for names of monks that probably wouldn't appear on that pagoda because that lady that we talked to in the other room, we put her name and it glowed and it was really cool. We need more names like that.
Okay.
You think that'll help?
Yes, it'll help free them. I think these are probably the spirits that keep dying over and over again. So we might need to free them by trying to find some names and search. There's some like bones too. So look for bones, look for doors. We'll tackle the top. You guys tackle the bottom.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. I think I'm gonna do a Rond and Sir Hop first down to the
No
south.
problem.
So let me open this up for you. Pop.
I am attempting to make my way down there.
Yep. You're good. I think getting rid of those 5 dudes helped a lot. I might actually get rid of the old man statue as well. That's probably hurting too. Every little bit helps. Come on, confirm delete. There we go. That probably helped a little. Okay.
Oops.
All right. So rotted hay mattresses and small wooden chests fill most of the floor space in this large shared dormitory. Wide doorways to the north and south lead out of this room.
Well, it looks like there's footlockers by the beds here.
Yes, let me see. I don't have a way to detect spirits, so I think we're just going to have to mess with things until spirits show up, but
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't upset them or anything that we're going through their stuff, but I mean, if we're gonna help them, we might...
just show your little symbol around. Just be like, hey, I'm a monk. Look at me.
hey,
I belong
I'm-
here.
I got the cool badge, I'm okay.
I'll open up a Foot Locker.
Great. You both have your holy symbols of Aurori out and displayed proudly and very visibly. And they're opening a Foot Locker, and you can see that give me a society check in the tower. Either or both of you. Actually, yeah, both of you, society.
Okay.
Let's do it. Society in the tower.
The tower.
Get to
Whoa,
the
whoa,
tower.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Why do I have effects -2 on mine?
I don't know. That's a great question. What is wrong? Oh, you're fascinated. Let me get rid of that. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
That was from the Vine
That was
fight.
weird.
So that was actually a 20. Yeah. Okay. So, Sir Hop, you realize that these monks were really ascetic. You know, they minimalist. They eschewed personal belongings because in their attempts at gaining perfection. So it strikes you as odd that when you open up this chest, you see a tiny opal and you see a wand. It's strange. But thinking about it, you realize that this room is for travelers to come and leave gifts and offerings for the monks. So these are ancient, long, like these were left here a long time ago. So you're not like stealing from current people if you take these. But
Right.
this area has offerings left from travelers.
I find that kind of interesting, knowing what I know of these monks, that they're aesthetics, and someone's like, here's a wand, like, why not give them some food or something that's actually useful and practical for their survival?
They mostly do that so that the monks can sell the items to have gold to feed themselves and take care of the monastery. It's gold with extra steps.
I'll scoop up any treasures I find.
Okay.
I'll take that
Yeah.
wand.
So you find...
So knowing this,
a
it wouldn't
wand.
necessarily be like us stealing from Iori. Like I wouldn't want to piss off
That's
the
correct.
god of the temple. Like
No,
taking
that's
this thing.
right.
Okay.
These monks are long since dead. These offerings aren't going to help them any.
Okay.
So I'm just going to kind of go through this a little bit quickly. all there is in this room is just monks' footlockers and their personal belongings. So the other things you find are an iron medallion, which is a talisman that it's good for a shield. You put it on it's shaped like a shield. When you activate it, you gain a +2 status bonus against saves against fear for a minute. And on triggering the saves, if the outcome of your roll is a failure, you get a success instead. Or if the outcome is a crit failure, you get a failure instead. So I guess this is for... Oh, it doesn't even have to be on a shield. It's anytime you attempt a will save against a fear effect but haven't rolled yet. It's just a one-time use thing. It's called Iron Medallion. I'll put that in there. Then you find a ring, a rune stone of some kind, a strange glowing arrow, and 6 holy symbols of Aurori. And in addition, the two of you collect together 218 gold worth of coins. So I'm just going to pop that onto Sir Hop's character sheet there. So you can look through these as you see
I eat
fit.
everything.
So you have all these items. You'll need to identify the magic items at some point, but I don't think either of you can. Do you have detect or identify or anything?
No, but I have identify taste by eating it, so that's what I do.
Oh, but wait, you're trained in Arcana, aren't you?
I am. I'm trained.
You're an expert. Oh, even better. Okay, so just roll 1 Arcana check in the tower, and I'll roll it over for all the items.
Okay, as long as I can actually grab it and drag it. Let's see.
All right.
My little mouse is really being kind of cooperative.
Oh, that's more than enough. Okay, so you got the iron medallion that I already told you about. Then you got the magical ring, is a ring of climbing. It grants you a climb speed equal to half of your land speed. So anyone who needs to be able to climb could climb with this ring. Then
I put my hand on my mouth and my hand comes out with a ring on it.
Then this rune stone is called an axiomatic rune stone. So if you were to put this on a weapon, let's see, it does, I believe that's lawful. So you have to at least be lawful to wield this weapon, and it does extra damage and additional effects to chaotic creatures. So whereas good damage damages evil creatures, axiomatic runes damage chaotic creatures. So anyone who's lawful could easily use that to gain some extra damage. Then there's at least one of, let's see, so for magic ammunition, there's an, you know what, I'm going to call this a bullet because an arrow would be useless for this group. It's a spell strike arrow that when you pick this arrow up, it reforms itself into a bullet. So, because it's magic. So what this is a spell strike bullet. That is a lot of reading, but I'm just going to put that into Iran's inventory and you can read that yourself. Spell strike arrow type 5. And then the tiny opals is just gems that they're worth gold. And then the magic wand is a wand of remove curse.
Ooh, very nice.
Yep. And the last thing you found was 6 holy symbols of Aurori.
Do they have names on them?
Yeah. Well, you did find within
Excellent.
and near all of these beds, you found a bunch of clothing that appeared to belong to the monks, like geese and such. And each of them had names inscribed them inside of them. Names like Wei, Xu Ying, Na, Xu Xiang, Ming, Jing, Li, Wei, Fang. And so you're able to find a ton of names of these monks within their personal effects in this room.
I'll just, every time there is a piece of clothing with a different name on it, I'll put it in a little pile as we're collecting up the treasures and stuff.
Yeah.
And so hopefully by the time we're done and we've come into here, we've got all the tags of the names in this clothing pile that we can then reference on the thing, and we can share what we found with the other two.
Perfect. I think this is a really good time for an intermission. What do you guys think? I could really use a bathroom break. What about y'all? All right, fantastic. We're going to take a quick intermission, probably about 10 or 15 minutes. We hope everyone will come back and join us then. So yeah, we will see what's left in the Temple of Aurori shortly. Thanks for joining us, and please come back in just a minute.
A glass cannon is a character that can put out obscene damage very quickly. but is also incredibly frail.
I'm the one that gets it done in the clutch, so you know I never really gotta worry too much. I'm a glass cannon, glass cannon. You don't even want a dose of the smoke, so I'm recommending that you never try to provoke a glass cannon. I'm a glass cannon.
If your objective is blatant confrontation and you haters have greatly underestimated my station, I dominate with divination, I conquer with conjuration, I'm bonkers with evocation, I'm astonishing at abjuration, patiently waiting for my invitation to help alleviate my already unbelievable reputation. No conversation, the brains of the operation, the pain of the population contained in a concentration of a spell slot. I got 27 in the clip, missiles emitting from my fingertips like warships. That's a handgun, damn son, shooting from the hip. Only one using telekinesis to get a grip. Cantrips waiting to be cast off. Prismatic wall, make them all blast off. Cackling my ass off, incapacitating them with laughter. Yazzik ain't the caster you wanna go after.
I'm the one that gets it done in the clutch, so you know I never really gotta worry too much. I'm a glass cannon, glass cannon. You don't even want a dose of the smoke, so I'm recommending that you never try to provoke a glass cannon. I'm a glass cannon.
Anyone wanting to interfere can get weird and witness your worst fears in a 30-foot sphere. I don't care if you're a barbarian or a cavalier. Kick it into high gear, let me make myself clear. The pioneer, I can make your peers disappear. Send them to the ethereal plane as if they were never here. Cheers roaring in my ears, dearly revered. I'm happy to domineer any volunteers. Sincerely out of control, top of the totem pole. My cone of cold is freezing them fire trolls whole. I got the strap, just looking to trap souls. I've been snapping my firebolt, leaving smoldering holes. It's incredibly difficult not to acknowledge me. I am a prodigy, you'll read about me in your mythology. No apologies, I'm impossible to demolish. Consider this admonishing, second guessing my polish, you bitch.
I'm the one that gets it done in the clutch, so you know I never really gotta worry too much. I'm a glass cannon, glass cannon. You don't even want a dose of the smoke, so I'm recommending that you never try to provoke a glass cannon. My glass cannon. I'm the one that gets it done in the clutch, so you know I never really gotta worry too much. I'm a glass cannon. Glass cannon.
The general strategy is to either destroy the enemy before being attacked, or to hide behind other, stronger ally units.
I'm like a falling star, I burn alone. I've got a heart without a home. Underneath this empty sky, just waiting for a sign. And it seems to me that gravity has got its hold on me, but I'm about to break free. Mothership, take me home tonight. Help me find a way to turn this darkness into light. Oh, mothership, take me home tonight. Help me find a way to turn this darkness into light. Like a flare without a spark, a shadow wish into the dark. Far across the galaxy is where I dream to be. And it seems to me astrology has got its plans for me. I just gotta believe. Oh, mothership, take me home tonight. take me home tonight. Help me find a way to turn this nightmare into light. Oh, mother, would you take me home tonight? Help me find a way to turn this darkness into light. Falling star, I burn alone. Got a heart without a home.
Who goes there? Why you dummies always coming in my bear like you want the smoke? All these wannabe heroes underprepared for the nightmare and despair that they dare to provoke. Most folk are doing their best to avoid me. Floor full of bones and the people that annoy me. Every now and then I get a couple of daredevils with the audacity to think that they can destroy me. Good luck with that, man. I got panoramic vision, meaning that I can see in any direction with precision. If it's your decision to attack, I suggest that you come back when your plans had a bit of revision to it. Notably, you should accept defeat. Consider this your last opportunity to retreat. Repeat, that was your last chance to survive. I hope that you enjoyed your time being alive.
You foolish for ignore the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should have looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder.
I am the tyrant, get it? I've actually been told that I'm a pretty funny guy. Wait a minute, what were we discussing? I lost my train of thought. Oh, that's right, you were just about to die. How could I forget that? It's my favorite part. The only thing left to consider is where to start. In addition to magical abilities, I'm smart. I can make your demise art. Anyway, it appears that the wizard in your party is a gnome who was worth about the same as if he would have stayed at home. I'll activate my anti-magic cone, and in a moment I'll turn him into stone. When the barbarian inevitably flies into rage, I'll disintegrate her with one of my eye rays. By the way, I haven't even begun to try. Fly by and take a bite of the fighter's thigh.
You foolish for ignore the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should have looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder.
While the fighter attempts to collect himself, he bleeds out on the space I dismembered him in. I wouldn't waste time telling me your names. I can guarantee that nobody's ever gonna remember them. Then again, you'll be on the list of my victims at the bottom of a column of other anonymous prey. You should take a minute to reflect on the day and the last words you'll ever say. Time's up. You're the lone survivor, the last one left. And halfling rogues are admittedly deft, but you broke into my home and you've stolen my time. I'm afraid I cannot allow theft. Throw you up into the air with my telekinesis. Stinger of death to obliterate you into pieces, and that's that. Wink and a tip of the hat. That was good for my practice. Thanks for the chat.
You foolish for ignore the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should have looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder. Yeah. You foolish for ignore the warning. Now you'll be dead before the morning. You should have looked over your shoulder. You're in the eye of the beholder.
Some see me as a cynic. They come in for the base, but they stay for the acidic. I've been on that paper chase, keeping pace for a minute, and I'm aiming to appreciate the moment while I'm in it. Genesis a menace on the mic, so sinister. You might get some venom from the bites I administer. Winner from the start, superstar with the finisher. I got a decent heart, but I'm hardly a minister. A bardic apprentice, I'm innocent as a lamb. Worm like I'm Dennis, I don't dare to give a damn. Firm in the philosophy, I am who I am. I'm a carbon commodity, I need to be verified on the gram. Tightrope walking the id and the superego. Lifeboat liable to fire the torpedoes. Keeping to the credo, I'm free to achieve the dream, or at the very least I can release some of my steam. Alignment is just a part of the process, and lately I've been making some progress. I'm finding the defining the balance of good and evil in people is nearly an impossible conquest. Regardless, stay CG, only way I know how to be. When I combine my child with OTIC, an outlaw like I'm Robin H. Double OD. I made it through the rubble, now they got trouble with me. So we're supposed to be sophisticated. Then why is 67% of the population undereducated? Emotionally incapacitated, historically opinionated characters end up assassinated. And that's okay with the people faking it day to day, capitalizing on capitalism. It's pay to play, waiting for data to make it fade away. Whether you admit it, we're witnessing biological decay of the human race. We're going to a new place. I really hope it comes soon. I don't do space, two-face, treble and bass, running the rebel base, outpacing enemies in the interface. In your face like a zygomatic arch. I got them in lockstep, meaning my melodramatic march is effective, albeit rather subjective. I encourage you to pursue a new perspective. Alignment is just a part of the process, and lately I've been making some progress. I'm finding the defining the balance of good and evil in people is nearly an impossible conquest. Regardless, stay CG, only way I know how to be. When I combine my child with OTIC, an outlaw like I'm Robin H. Double OD. I made it through the rubble, now they got trouble with me. Since the day I was born, I've been non-conforming. I put myself in a position to make a living performing. Haters should consider this a form of warning. I've been swarming on them like a storm, I'm global warming. I'm not the one, done been through too much madness. Mastered the wrath and the sadness. You would need an atlas to match where I'm at. The fat cat put a nerdcore rap back on the map, that's Yazik. Weaving that underwater basket. Rap till I'm wrapped in a casket. Snapping I'm back on the track like I'm Matt Foley. Stay blown like a fiberglass gasket. Gassed up, I'm a maniacal minotaur. Try to hit me with your best shot, Pat Minotaur. Try to get me on a guest spot, but I stay in the lab, and that's where I'ma be until they put me up on the slab. It's magic. Alignment is just a part of the process, and lately I've been making some progress. I'm finding the defining the balance of good and evil in people is nearly an impossible conquest. Regardless, stay CG, only way I know how to be. When I combine my child with OTIC, an outlaw like I'm Robin H. Double OD. I made it through the rubble, now they got trouble with me. Life is short, do it as you please. You're the only person that you ever have to appease. Or search your weaponry by stepping in DSDs. But you gotta know that nobody gets any guarantees. Seize opportunity, embrace your development. Replacing the elements, erasing irrelevance. Facing the blatant display of decay and our elegance. Merrick was a man, not an elephant. Sell him on the merit of the self-reflection. Minimizing any malevolent misdirection. Keeping them at a downright distant disconnection. An example of natural selection. And I might be slightly erratic, ghost in the shell, I'm a light in the attic, and I'm quite the dramatic, a minute for the attention, ready to ascend and transcend dimensions. Alignment is just a part of the process.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We're back from our intermission. So when we last left off, Sir Hop and Errand Cloudstriker had been searching through the long since rotted out remains of the dormitory within the Temple of Irori. They found several very useful magic items, but more importantly, they found the names of many of the monks who used to live within here that will help them to release their spirits within the pagoda. But where we are coming back is to the north with Bubblegum Sweet and Merla Thorngage. The two of you are walking up the small stone stairs to this area to the north. And let me see if I can... Fantasy Grounds won't stop lagging. Hopefully I can... Yep, give it just a second and I'll... Trying to reveal this area. There we go. Did that open?
Yes.
Fantastic. So... several wooden tables occupy this dining hall. A wooden door to the north allows entry into the room from the outside. An open doorway to the west connects to a kitchen, and smaller doorways to the south connect to the temple's courtyard.
Oh, she's running towards that kitchen.
A large stone oven takes up the southwestern corner of this simple kitchen, and a door in the northern wall leads to a sparse pantry. An open doorway to the east connects to the larger dining area. And Merla, as you're walking in slowly, and Bubblegum just kind of zoomed past you into the kitchen, but Merla, as you're walking around, slowly you see seated in these benches, you see appear more humanoid monk spirits. They appear hands clasped in prayer in front of ghostly plates of food in front of them that have not yet been eaten. And you see them praying. And just like before, a moment later, monks, more apparitions come marching up the stairs into this room. They flood in behind all of the praying monks, stabbing them in the back as they slump over onto their not touched meals. The spirits fade away. A minute later, they appear. Cycles again and again. You're clearly seeing memories.
Mm-hmm. It's unlikely, but I might try looking for personal affects.
Okay.
That people might have left behind. We're looking for names.
Right. Mostly what you're seeing in this room is just the plates and forks, the cutlery that is just kind of disheveled on these tables. They seem like they haven't been moved in decades, centuries, maybe. Mm-hmm. It seems like they haven't been moved since the monks were killed here.
Well, this seems like a bust. Bubblegum, how are you doing in there?
I'm looking for names and spices and anything we could gather, honestly. They love cooking.
You do find a couple of things in there, Bubblegum. You find, looking for spices, you find a little bottle with kind of a red liquid inside, but it's red and orange, and it kind of swirls around. And give me like an occultism check in the tower real quick.
Could I use my wait, hold on. Could I use one of my like knowledge boosty type things?
Oh yeah, sure. So give yourself a +1 for discern secrets.
Wait, hold on. If I rolled something, ignore that.
You did not.
Okay, good. Yeah, oh yeah, I didn't put it on there. I just want to make sure the difference between disturbing knowledge and using like one of automatic knowledge.
Disturbing knowledge is more of like an attack almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just use automatic knowledge on that, and you said modifier for what?
1 for occultism.
Okay, 1, and I can do that.
And actually, Merla, I see now that I'm looking through here, there is one thing you find. But first, I'm going to say for Bubblegum, you determined that is a potion of fire resistance, a moderate potion of fire resistance. So I have put that in your inventory. Merla, now that I'm reading ahead a little bit further, you do find amongst the plates and the cutlery, you find a set of prayer beads with a small holy symbol of Irori. And give me a religion check in the tower, please.
Grounds will let me.
There it goes. Okay, you realize that these are greater holy prayer beads of Irori. These are magical items that you can attune to, and it's fortuitous that the cleric of the group is the one to find this, because the way you activate these is by casting a divine spell, that's what you do, and what happens is when you've when you cast the first time you cast a divine spell while holding these, the prayer beads become attuned to your deity, so they change their form and iconography to incorporate not only Irori's deity but also the stag mother of the forest. It would be kind of a mixed holy symbol. And what happens is, whenever you cast a divine spell from your own spell slots while holding the prayer beads, you recover 1d4 hit points. And then in addition to that, when you you can activate when you cast a spell and activate them. You can activate them to cast Bless once per day from these prayer beads as a 4th level spell.
Nice.
Yeah. And then back to Bubblegum, searching around the kitchen a little bit more. In one of the cabinets, you do find I'm just going to roll over your knowledge roll from a second ago. You recognize this as a decanter of endless water. And you get the sense that this was for the monks in dry times when the well would run dry. So I'm going to drop that in your inventory if it lets me. But that is all the two of you find in this room. But Merla, again, while you're looking through here, the cycle keeps happening. The ghosts sitting down for their meal, attempting to say a prayer before they eat, and being killed before they have a chance to finish their prayer or their meal. Disappear, reappear, death.
Even though she's seen it so many times, Merla's definitely getting unnerved. So she'll go find Bubblegum.
Okay.
You want to join me in the kitchen-y parts?
Yes.
Yeah, and there's like an oven, you said that thing is?
Yeah, in the bottom left, southwest corner.
Excellent.
As you're standing in here, a ghostly spirit of a monk chef appears at the oven and is cooking kind of a meal out of a large wok, of the big communal meal for everyone. And from behind, another one of the enemy monks, face covered like a ninja, sneaks in, stabs a short sword through his back, and he falls into the wok that he was cooking, knocking it over. The spirits disappear, reappear.
Can I do a lore check to see if I know what, because I have it in cooking, could I do it and see if I know what kind of food was in the wok?
You have lore cooking?
Yes.
Please throw that in the tower. That is literally this is the situation that this is for. Yeah, okay. All of it is coming together. You finally, it was the huge wok that made you realize what's going on here. This haunt, these monk spirits, they need to finish their meal.
Oh, I am perfect for this.
And their meal.
Hey, Merla.
So if you cook a meal and serve a meal here.
I know you got the sweets. Do you want to do some cooking with me? We need to make these monks food. That chef was supposed to feed them and they had empty bowls. We have to feed the ghosts.
You're right, it's all coming together.
Oh my goodness. And they take out like some of the stuff because I know they were given bread or something from that team in the beginning, so they want to utilize that. And anything from anything that they can honestly find. If there's still any of that fruit, maybe they want to make like some form of like peach bread,
like instead of a banana bread. Yes. Yeah. Okay, absolutely. Yes, you are able to, with the driest of dry ingredients up in that little cupboard there, and you have the sweet bread that Takatora, the Tengu from Tino's Toughest. Wow, I was trying to say in that time so fast. The Tengu from Tino's Toughest, Takatora, gave you that sweet bread. And with the peaches that Arand was able to find, this clear, refreshing water that Sir Hop got from the pond, all of this together, and Merla has, she's got flour in her bag because of course she does. So you're able to whip up a pretty fine peach bread for everyone within relatively short order.
Yeah. And of course I use my own fire to heat up the oven, you know.
Yes, naturally. It burns very evenly. There was still some wood left in a pile next to the oven, so you're able to light it and keep it ablaze pretty well. But this bread smells lovely. It smells sweet. The scent is filling the air, and all of you can smell it. Something sweet and bready is a cooking. And you're muted, Ching.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, I think our thing didn't take long. We literally opened some footlockers, gathered some stuff, and brought it out here. Since they're cooking, I can probably hear their voices like, all right, now put that over there and then sprinkle this on top. So they're like kind of doing their thing and we're smelling it.
Bubble, toil, and trouble.
I know the moment that these two start cooking, we need to stay out of the kitchen. So I'm gonna
I would assume you also have the more quills and stuff with you with your writing pack?
I do.
And you know that I had to write the name, right?
Yeah.
Player knowledge and in-game knowledge is good.
Yeah, I believe
think
so.
so.
I know that like I basically because I think you went
Oh yeah, I
on break
explained
when
it.
I took a bunch of the clothes that we found that had the tags of the monks' names and I just set them next to the pagoda. So when you guys come out, they're all right there. And I'm gonna say to Aran, well, it looks like they're a bit busy. Why don't we check this opening vestibule out and just clear it by the time they're done cooking the bread?
Yeah, I would imagine nothing horrible happened in the foyer.
Ain't nothing terrible's gonna happen in the foyer.
That would be
foyer.
that would be ridiculous. I'm gonna walk over. I'm not gonna go right into it. I'm gonna kind of peer inside to see if there's any traps or anything that like.
I am attempting to open it. There we go. Did that work?
Yep.
Yeah, and now I'm really on edge because it's just straight empty.
Is it supposed to be is the better question.
A series of paintings line the walls of this large chamber, depicting a faceless man undergoing various trials. The man wades through a river, balances atop a tall tree, and meditates amid a terrible storm. Several small tools and some small partially eaten food lie in the room's southwestern alcove before a depiction of the faceless man picking a flower among a field of brambles. The western wall features a large pair of wooden doors. In the eastern wall is the open doorway in which you stand.
I would like to make a perception check to search and scour with my big ol' eyes. Anything amiss in this room? Anything peculiar?
Yeah. Perception check in the tower, please.
Those big eyes.
Okay.
I lick them. I lick my eyes just to
You
make
lick your eyes
sure.
a little bit, get them extra
Yeah.
glossy, and you give a look around this room, and actually, Arand is the one who spots it. Off in the far southwestern corner, as I said, you noticed there was a plate and some silverware, but just one. And huddled up against the wall in the corner, you swear you saw something move next to the plate and silverware that's on the floor.
Okay.
It's in the southwest corner.
Up.
Oh,
By the bowl
what?
there. By the bowl there. Something moved.
Oh, interesting. I am very much like a T-Rex. I don't see things unless they're moving. I'll focus on the spot that he pointed out to me and see if I can notice that too.
All right.
Do you want me to make another check or just?
Yeah, sure. Just throw it in the tower. Another check. With a +1 because he told you to look there. If you didn't throw it, I'll add it.
Yeah, you can add on to that.
This time, you didn't see something, but you heard something, almost like scooting up again off on stone, like something.
I look up immediately. Ceiling.
You don't see anything on the ceiling, but what you do hear is kind of a whimpering coming from that corner. But from your angle, you kind of can't really see what's in the corner.
All right. I don't know what's going on here, Aran, but
I don't either.
I'm going to try to do what our lovely friends have been doing this whole time. I'm going to try and help this wayward spirit out so that we can help cleanse this temple. I pull out the Aurori thing. I probably actually would just be wearing that all the time. And I walk into the place and I say, can I make a check to see if I remember the chant that they've been doing this whole time?
Absolutely. Roll me a religion check in the tower to see if you can remember the chant. I don't think either of you are very good at religion in this game.
Yeah, see, I was hoping I would just recall it, not necessarily know it.
You rolled high enough. You recall it.
Okay. I start doing that chant and walking towards the area of interest, which is, was it up
Southwest,
here?
bottom left.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
And yeah, you, Arand, are also capable of remembering the chant. It's not terribly difficult. But as you get down to kind of the corner... What's that?
What?
As you get down to the corner, you finally see what it was you were hearing. Huddled up in the corner, trying to make itself seem as small as possible, there appears to be a young human boy. And when he sees you, he says, please don't hurt, please don't hurt me. I'm just trying to take care of the temple.
Oh. Are you perchance a living person and not one of the ghosts flying around here?
Yes. My name is Akhmatar. Are you not here to steal and desecrate the temple?
No. We are actually trying to put the spirits here to rest. Can I make a check to see if I trust this kid? He looks
Perception
scared, but
in
he
the
could be
tower.
acting.
Perception in the tower. And
Perception.
Okay. Oh, that was real high. Yeah. You notice that he has his fists up like this, but he's trembling at the sight of you. Like he really doesn't want to fight you, but he's just like, don't you do it, like a little kid, like, just don't do it.
Calm yourself. We are not here to desecrate the temple. Do you understand what is happening on this island right now?
There lots of strangers from far away, and many may have come to take things. We don't want to ruin the great memories of Aurori. And he's looking up at like the paintings and the depictions of the god.
Well, rest assured, we are not here to desecrate the temple. We're actually trying to restore it as a bit of a sanctuary. I'm not myself a devout follower of Aurori, but I have nothing but respect for him and his followers.
Hey.
We have a few companions who are currently baking some very nice smelling peach bread. Perhaps you're hungry if you'd like to join us.
Peach bread? And with the mention of that, his hands stop kind of trembling and the fists kind of melt away and his hands drop and he says, You're not here to desecrate? Like, wonderful. Yes,
No.
Yes. Very hungry. And he runs over to you and says, Akhmatar. Good to meet you. What is your name?
Here.
I just want to see how well I'm doing on my diplomacy here.
Pretty good. Yeah, you're doing it.
Sir Hop of Lily Pond, and this is Aran Cloudstriker.
Hi, nice to make your acquaintance. I'll kneel down and take out some of the peach slices I have left over.
And he just devours this peach slice. He looks very thin. This boy looks like he's probably from around somewhere near here, but he seems, and looking around, you can tell he's been staying here in this room. There's a small sleeping mat.
Were you related in some way to the monks that lived here?
Yes, my people are descended from them. I come from the mainland. Oh man, what is his people called? There's a word for them. My people are called the Anagobu. We are from the mainland, but originally we lived on this island. But when the great flood came and the bridge came, we were flooded with monsters and we left. I came back to see what was left and restore this temple. Our people are still followers of Aurori.
Well,
what brings you to Bonmu?
It's a long story. Come follow us. We've cleared away some of the natural threats that have taken residence inside the temple. There was a viper vine outside, a few giant spiders. We've cleared out these animals, and
yeah, it's quite dangerous.
I have seen all of the things. You have cleared all of the defenses. And you have done what I could not.
That the giant monk statue, we didn't destroy that. We actually used that to help us clear out some of the other things.
I have been taking as many precautions, and he reaches into his shirt like this and pulls out 6 holy symbols of Aurori on necklaces that are just dangling. He says, I have found that if I wear these, they do not attack. But I figure, just in case I lose one, I have backup.
We almost learned that the hard way. It was a close call, but we've got a few very skilled people with us who are able to sort of recall the chants of Irori and use that. Come, don't hide in the corner. Let's go meet our companion.
Yes, thank you. And Akhmatar walks with you over to the kitchen area.
Yeah. At which point, I'm sure they're probably finished baking.
Yeah, by this point, it's taken a while. Your bread is just about ready to come out there, Bubblegum.
Awesome. And you can just kind of see like she's just like kind of dancing, but she's being very careful. And she uses prestidigitation just to move it forward just so gently so the bottom doesn't like crisp up too much and get too burnt. And she lifts it and moves it over to the nearest surface that is clean.
All right. Yeah, you're able to get it out. It smells fantastic. This Akhmatar looks like he's almost drooling down he looks like he hasn't had a decent meal in at least a week. But he sits down at the table, and as he does, he's nervous and looking around, and he says, "How did you deal with the?" And as he says that, the monks appear right around him with their clasped hands, and he goes, "Ah!" And he jumps up off of the pew, or not the pew, the table bench, and jumps over here nervously. "Oh, the haunt is still here."
Relax, we're taking care of it. Take a seat where you think the monks might not hit you.
Yeah. Oh, I think I will stay with you. And Akhmatar sits down next to you, hoping to glean some bravery from you, Sir Hop.
No worries. I also keep my shield at ready. I don't actually know if these things can hurt a living creature, but just in case they can, I want to put my shield up in ahead of him so that he doesn't get
cool. Very good. So yeah, you're able to take your peach bread out of the oven. And how do you present it to your group?
I'm assuming there's probably some leftover plates or whatever that was, around. So I cleaned those up and I put it on like this ornate looking like, if there could be like a golden plate with some like orange jewels or something around it, which is perfect because it's peach bread. And I bring that over to one of the tables where I know where the monks would be.
Yep, you set it down and you make some slices to give to your party. Make some at least gestures of cutting and placing on the empty plates to at least, have you ever seen The Last Unicorn?
Yes.
You remember the wine scene with the skeleton where he drinks the empty wine? It's that. You're tricking the ghosts with fake bread. That.
Okay.
And his name is Akhmatar. I'll spell it here. Akhmatar.
Okay.
Or it might be Amatar. It's entirely possible I'm pronouncing that incorrectly.
Amatar.
Ahmitar. I'm not sure if it's a h, like a hard h, or if it's Amatar. I honestly don't know. If anyone in the chat knows, please let me know. So yes, you place all of this bread in front of your party and the fake bread on the empty plates. And as you do, a minute passes, the spirits appear, hands clasped, and they finish their prayer. And in front of them, you see ghostly bread appear on their plates. And they all raise up like this to all of each other, looking through all of you, and they begin to eat. And anyone else hear that? I don't know what that is. Okay, it's gone. There we go. That was terrible. So, and as they eat the bread, one of them that is sitting across from you, Sir Hop, looking behind you, he goes like this and points directly over your shoulder. And as he does, the entire room of monks look behind them, jump to their feet, fists at the ready. And as they all go to strike the incoming monks, the shades disappear.
See, it's all good.
I'd like to introduce you all to our new friend here, Amatar, who is a caretaker here at the temple. His people live on the mainland, and he was sent here to sort of maintain the place, but it's been difficult, I imagine, hasn't it?
Yes, I've been able to sneak around, but I haven't been able to clear anything of anywhere. It's amazing what you've been able to do.
We have something else that we need to do, actually.
You're muted. Yeah.
What?
I'm Eldritch was muted. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now you're good.
It's lovely to meet you.
Thank you. My name's Amatar. I am of the Anagobu. Yes, I was sent here to reclaim this temple, but there are many more powerful people on this island than we were expecting. I've seen some less than pleasant folk, but you seem nice.
Well, you're lucky.
How are you with writing, my dear new friend? We could
Writing?
use the yeah. We could use your help.
I know basic letters.
All right. So we have a bunch of names. Our friends. Did you find any new names?
I piled a large sort of pile of clothes on the tags of which are the names of the different monks that stayed here.
Excellent. Okay, perfect. Good. Good team. We have those names, and the ones that aren't on that pagoda need to be on there so they could be free. I think that's the final thing that needs to happen for you to be able to have this place again.
That's wonderful to hear. It's amazing that you were able to figure this out. I had no idea what to do. I saw these ghosts appear. I was scared. I hid. I collected these, and again, Amatar pulls out a necklace of 7 or 8.
How old are you, by the way?
12.
Okay,
And you made yourself
so
all the way here?
you're a child. Don't put all this pressure on yourself to solve all the mysteries of the temple. Like, we're 4 well-traveled adults, and you're a kid, so it's okay that you weren't able to figure it out.
As you say that, he looks a little indignant, and he says, I may be a child, but this will prove that I am a man in the eyes of my people. I will clear it out, and I will walk back with my head held high as a man.
We're not trying to
Well-
step on your cultures. We're just...
I suppose, though, it will be
wellness.
easy enough for you to mark down these names on the pagoda, then.
Yes, I think I can help with that easily.
All right, let's go. And Bubblegum slams a piece of peach bread in her mouth and is like chewing on the way and is going to the pagoda.
I'm gonna swallow one whole.
And Amatar
Taste it
takes...
first, Jesus.
I did. It tasted really good for the half second that it was on my tongue before I swallowed it.
I thought you learned, but okay, fine.
It's difficult. It's hard for Gripply to slow down. I'm just. It's a
Okay,
learning process.
fine. She's not too.
Oh, that's the phone again. I hate it so much.
Oh no.
Get rid of
Yeah,
it.
because your voice is
Anything?
coming through, but your camera is not.
Nothing.
moved, though.
Oh, I'm almost back. I think I'm back. Hey.
Yay.
Good Lord. I cannot stand my internet connection. It is so unbelievably bad. Okay. So all of you are walking back to the center chamber with the pagoda.
Mhm.
All right. You have this pile of clothing from the room to the south, with each one has a hand-stitched name inside of it. Easy to read. Well, easy to maybe not, even if you can't read it, you can at least see it and reproduce it with a pen or with a knife. These are all either carved or hand calligraphed onto the wood of this pagoda. So it takes a little while to do because there are dozens of names to go through. Is there any, and so as you're working, Amatar says, "Oh, so what brings you to Bonmu? Why are you on our island? Well, our island. We have not been here in generations."
Well, it's a bit of a long story, but there's a bit of a competition happening right now, and your island is the site of it. These other unpleasant groups are different teams, and they are competing for these. Blech! And then I spit out one of the feathers, and I say, the first teams to get 10 of these will go on to the next round of the competition. Oh.
And you also gotta have this. And she takes the the necklace from like, you know, where she's hiding it and just like shows it off.
I had seen those around, but I was never able to get close enough to inspect them. These, yikes! Okay, we're good. We're good.
We're good.
All right. It was those bees again that Merla
Yeah,
turned into.
bees. Yeah, it's Merla's bees. Where is my? There we go.
Was that coming from my?
I'm not sure who
microphone?
that's coming from. Yeah, that's bizarre. but he's saying how, yes, I have seen several groups of people wandering around. One of them was not very kind to me.
What do they look like?
I was trying to find that. Let's quick. There we go. There it is. I see. So
I knew it. It was Tino's.
Here we go.
Did he have 4 arms, and did he go by the name Goro?
No, one was a strange rat person who had many bottles of poisons and potions upon their person. And I'm not describing Khan. Before I just realized it's just a coincidence. As I started reading this, I'm like, oh no, they're gonna think this is the other. It's not. I'm not. It's not Khan.
If we do meet these folks and you just decide to give that character like a really bad French accent, I wouldn't be mad at all. I wouldn't.
No, I just realized that it's a coincidence. So one was a rat person with many poisons, I think. Another was a frightening goblin who chewed through a sword in order to scare me. The third one was a human, just a regular human. I believe female. Yes, long black hair. She seems to move as with a whisper, and the other one also human. I do believe was a long white hair and a sword. Her hair seems to almost have a mind of its own. But they tried to come in here and harass me, but I managed. They were frightened away by the large spiders on the roof, and they ran away. But I don't think this was supposed to be their hideout, so they ultimately were just here to take things.
You said the hair has a mind of its own?
It almost, even without wind, it seems to flow. And when I told her she could not enter the temple, it almost seemed to rattle at me.
Can I do an occultism check?
You can absolutely do an occultism check.
I know what that is.
Yeah, I think the DC should be low for Bubblegum.
It should be real. It's going to be real.
Oh, it better be. Let me go to my skills. There we go.
Yeah, I'll tell you, out of character, you, Elliot, know exactly what this is. Let's see what Bubblegum knows. Yeah, you know exactly what this is. Amatar is describing a white-haired witch. You're unsure about the other ones, but that fourth one, Amatar is describing a white-haired witch, 100%.
Oh yeah, I know. I ran into a couple of those in my past. They do nasty things with their hair. It's kind of awful. I don't do those. I call Splendor over. Do the thing that you did for the Tinamos teen. Do the little dance room thing.
Yes, ma'am. And Splendor starts to run around Amatar faster and faster and faster in a circle. And in his wake, in his footprints, it starts to glow, and arcane runes glow on the floor. And then as he stops, they pop and kind of sparkle to the ground. And then he jumps up on his hind feet, kind of dancing around.
And that's why he's called Splendor.
Splendiferous runes, and he jumps back around and just
that's his full
curls
name.
up on the floor. Splendiferous runes. I love that.
Headcanon, now canon.
What an amazing creature! I've never seen a fox like this before.
Yep, he's a special fox that I got. I'm also a witch, but I don't do the weird hair thing.
Oh, well, that's good. She scared me most of all. She seemed to be their leader.
Okay.
So what I can derive from your description, we have a sort of rat folk who uses poisons. I'm guessing some either poison crafter or perhaps some sort of like rogue that just likes to coat their weapons. And then there's a goblin that can eat weapons.
It did not eat it. It broke the sword with its teeth. I picked it up.
What did its teeth look like? Were its teeth very metal-line in structure, or did they have some sort of acidic coating on them? Did it seem like there was some sort of way he did this? Or did he have a very square, powerful jaw that could just literally break through things?
Let me search through my memory for the image that I have in my brain of him. Remembering that his muscles were very large. I think he was holding the sword in his teeth and he broke it with his arms. I remember his fingers bleeding as he did it, but he did not seem to care of the pain.
Okay. So he's a tough little guy. And then there's, you said a black-haired woman who's very swift and silent. Probably a ninja, similar to our friend, our fox friend.
And she carried a long stick, like a staff of some kind. It did not seem to be a magic staff, but a fighting staff.
She might be a monk from an enemy order. Not an Irori monk, but some sort of...
Oh, she was no follower of Irori. They would not have intimidated me, so I held up all of my medallions, hoping it would help. It did not. I got this from them. And he rolls up his arm, and he's got a big bruise just up on his arm.
Ooh.
Sorry that happened to you. Thank goodness you showed up when you did. Who knows
How long ago? How long ago did they?
I would say a day and a half ago. 2 days, perhaps.
I see.
Missed them.
I think they were just only interested in treasures.
Did you see which direction they went after they left?
That's also a good question. Let's see. They seem to head north. North and east.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting us know about them.
Yes, be very careful. They were frightening.
Yes. We are also very frightening. We need to be.
But not to you.
I'm gonna
Not to you. We like you, kid. Also, we're not going to be here for very long. We needed to sort of claim the place for the competition, which meant to just purge it of its hauntings. But I want to throw this suggestion out there. We're carving and talking.
Carving and talking. Yeah, it's getting done. And every time you finish one, as soon as you pull the pen or the carving tool away, it glows silver, and then it fades, and it goes back to just a carving.
You might hear like an exhale, like a
basically, like it's very clear that this is working every time you write a new name.
At the mention of the competition and everything going on, I'm like, oh crap! I'll run to the front door and open it up because I believe the person that took us to the temple is waiting for us out there, right? Like,
is she still hanging about?
No, that was yesterday. She basically left as soon as you guys got here because dealing with the temple was your challenge. She had nothing to do with it. So
okay,
Ingdani pretty much left the second you guys started snooping around.
Okay, good to know. It's like, okay. She's gone.
So I have a suggestion after we get a little rest in. What do you all say about going on a hunt for these unsavory characters and taking their feathers from them?
Don't we need to go somewhere first to qualify for them, or do we automatically qualify?
I think it was just here. Now that we have what we need, it's time to get some feathers.
Yeah, this is our temple.
More feathers?
We have to start the qualification. We needed the emblem and the 3 feathers, and now we have that. So now it's time for us to collect the 10 feathers that we need for the final competition.
And
10 total, so you need 7.
And these folks sound very unpleasant. And based on your description of the white-haired witch, it sounds like Bubblegum, you might have a sort of
how she would attack.
Yes, I would rather not wait for them to return here and try to lay a trap for us. I would like to take initiative and find them first. Yeah. They don't know that we know about them is the thing.
Anyone willing to strike a child, definitely not a friend of ours.
Yeah, I kind of want to kick their ass. It's not very chivalrous of me, but
I completely
I'm feeling a bit upset right now. Yeah, I'll just say I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect frog.
I'm sure if they had gotten in here, they would have defaced all of those paintings. They were sneering they jeered at me when I told them that I was a cleric of Irori, a priest of the perfect one, and they just laughed. I do not think they would have been kind.
Never arrested. They got in here.
No.
I think we'll probably finish this. We'll rest for a little bit. I suppose we can all sort of show you what we've done to fix each of these rooms, and once you know that, then I think you can just remain here as long as you please and
There's
do
also
whatever
fresh
it is your
water now.
people. Right,
I
right.
would. Yes, I would love to be able to stay here to reclaim and refix this place for Irori and for the Anagobu. Thank you so much for clearing the spirits here.
Yes. Also, that pond is now looking a lot better. You could probably use it as a sort of there's a natural filtration system. If you wanted to use that as a place to bathe, you could do that.
I think that would be good. Yes, thank you.
It's
I could
fine.
probably
Just
need it.
yeah, just make sure there's a little thing in that center pagoda thing, the statue. That's where the water comes out. Make sure that remains clear. Otherwise, it'll get stagnant again.
Yes, got it. Keep it clear. Keep it safe.
Mhm.
And so it's probably around about
Yeah.
afternoon at this point. You guys have done quite a bit in this place, and carving all the names into the pagoda took several hours, but eventually you do make your way through that entire pile of clothes. You get every single name written up there, and as the last one is carved in, not only does it glow, but every name on the pagoda glows a silvery light. The whole room gets flooded with this light, and in front of you appears the ghost of Kanitri, or yes, Kanitri. I have her art here. She looks like this. The ghost that you found earlier, who stood from the bones beneath the tree. She died of her own self-inflicted wounds in penance. She appears in front of you and says, "You have freed us from our endless torment. We were trapped to relive our treachery for all days. Please forgive us." And she's looking specifically at Merla.
Oh,
You have the prayer beads.
Yeah, you have prayer
I
beads,
do, yeah.
and yeah.
You got it all?
well, I think there's no use of you moping around here forever.
Thank you, Grandma.
Thank you. And even with that, with the prayer beads and just releasing them, she goes, "Thank you." And wind blows through, and she kind of just mists away as though she were fog, and the light from the names on the pagoda fade out, and it goes quiet.
Oh, the job
And
is
it-
done.
And at that, all of you have cleared the Temple of Irori, laid the spirits of the monk to rest, and level 12! Woo!
Oh. All right.
Congrats, everyone. You have leveled. You are now level
Go!
12. So be thinking about what you want. I think this is a great, perfect time for us to stop for this week,
All
because
right.
going on next week will be hunting. Let's see, it's a hunt for feathers starting next time.
Yeah, we're gonna go
So-
hunt that team down.
Yeah, see if you can
The
see if you
baby
can find
kickers.
them amongst the forest. Next week should be interesting. It should be fun. It's gonna be a little chaotic, but it'll be a good time. So we hope everyone will join us next week. I don't think we have any plans to not show, right? Yeah, we're good.
Not that I know.
Could be
Yep.
fine.
Cool. Yeah, so please join us next week when we'll be leaving the temple for the greater island of Bonmu to collect the additional 7 feathers they need to get into the tournament. Does anyone have anything they need to plug, Shane?
Not really, other than my YouTube channel. I'm posting music. If you're into D&D music, go check it out. It's Cool Boy Shane on YouTube.
All right, great. Eldritch?
No, I don't have anything to plug.
All right. What about Elliot?
Yeah, actually. So last week I changed all my socials and everything is now Chaos Thumb of where you can find me. But if you want to know where I am specifically for streams and some additional fun things I share, Where is Chaos is the other Twitter account where you can find where I will be. But for now, it's mainly just here on Sundays. I also, on my Twitter, have a link tree that has my Society 6 that I just opened up. It has one print. And then I also have a portfolio page where if you like any of those prints there, you can buy directly from there. And I take pictures of people, places, and things. So I'm kind of struggling with some money issues right now. So I'd very much appreciate if people want to buy prints of some of my work. So
Hit 'em up. All right, Abe, got anything to plug?
Yeah,
shop,
sure.
maybe?
Come on, check out my Twitch channel or check out this Twitch channel for more stuff. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm sure stuff is coming up. Yep, the merch shop. We got fancy shirts. Ooh. And all kinds of other things like tumblers and all that fun stuff. And then that is it. Thank you for watching, and mwah.
Yeah, and I pretty soon here will be playing in the Fortunata D&D 5e stream. So if anyone just wants to join in and watch that, I'll be playing Aloria Peppercorn, a druid farmer. So hope everyone will join me there. Hope everyone will join us here next week, same time, same place, and we will see you then. Have a great one. Bye, everybody.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
We out?
Now we are.
Hey, fantastic.
A glass cannon is a character that can put out obscene damage very quickly, but is also incredibly frail.
I'm the one that gets it done in the clutch, so you know I never really gotta worry too much. I'm a glass cannon. Glass cannon. You don't even want a dose of the smoke, so I'm recommending that you never try to provoke. A glass cannon. I'm a glass cannon.
If your objective is blatant confrontation and you haters have greatly underestimated my station, I dominate with divination, I conquer with conjuration, I'm bonkers with evocation, I'm astonishing at abjuration, patiently waiting for my invitation to help alleviate my already unbelievable reputation. No conversation, the brains of the operation, the pain of the population contained in a concentration of a spell slot. I got 27 in the clip, missiles emitting from my fingertips like warships. That's a handgun, damn son, shooting from the hip. Only one using telekinesis to get a grip. Cantrips waiting to be cast off. Prismatic wall, make 'em all blast off. Cackling my ass off, incapacitating them with laughter. Yazzik ain't the caster you wanna go after.